Okay, Wagwe, happy Sunday and welcome to our live transmission. It is Koikimedia and it is Sunday, the 23rd day of the month of June. Níbi tí a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa self-determination, Yoruba nation awareness. Who are we saving Nigeria for? Let us break up. That is the final solution. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé ní orí ìkànnì tiwa níbí ní orí ìkànnì tó ń pè ní Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Bí ẹ ti ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní méjì mẹ́ta, ẹ bá wa kí ara yín kí ẹ dẹ̀ gbọ́wọ́lé share button and invite as many people, because that is the only thing tí ẹ̀yin lè offer wa. As much as many of you cannot offer much apart from financial, but when you're on the program, what you can do for us is to put the hand on the share button and let us, have some conversation. This is the platform that brings about reasons why the Yoruba people should have its own independent country. Not everybody agrees to that. I can't believe that Nigeria can still be safe. How true that is, I don't know. But everybody knows that there's a problem wrong in Nigeria. And if nothing is done right now, that problem will continue to exist. And that problem would eventually or might lead to, what could end up become a little bit much more problem in the near future. Even the politicians that are trying to save Nigeria knows that there's no amount of how they want to save Nigeria, the whole structure will collapse. So this is where we now bring the education in. This is where we discuss under the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akitoye, under the leadership of Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, and under the leadership of the Otumba Ademola, the Deputy YSDM Coordinator, which stands for Yoruba Self-Determination. Moki ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ pé wọ́n kó ìrìn àjò lọ sí Benin Republic, where she visited. I'll be telling you a little bit about that. Just to say thank you so much to our heroes that have been working tirelessly in the last years, because without the actor in the movie, the movie will eventually end. So every time tí Mọ̀mísí mi bá travel out láti lọ rí Olóyè Ìgbòho àti Bàbá Akíntóyè, it gives people like us joy that Toba make that kind of journey, just like many people have done as well. It is in the interest of every one of us, especially on this platform, and also the interest of millions of you that are also not in this platform. Because kò sí ìrìn àjò kékeré, ẹni tó ń gbéra náà láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní Nàìjíríà lọ sí Benin, tó ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Olóyè àti Bàbá Akíntóyè. Each time we see those kind of images, ṣe ni ó máa ń dàbí pé káwa náà wà ní on the ground, to be able to feel the excitement, to be able to feel the enjoyment as well. So if you are not aware, we're still putting all the platforms together. We have one more platform to go live. While we are doing all this, debating wọlé, ẹgbẹ́ wọlé share button. Kò kúkú sẹ́ńtíyàn kankan ní wọ́n máa wá yín pé tẹ́ bá share sórí timeline yín, tẹ́ bá lọ share sáwọn inú group àwọn church yín, ṣé wọ́n máa bínú pé ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìran wa ni? Tẹ́ bá share lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn mọ́ṣáláṣí, ẹ bá wa pín ètò yìí, ẹ lọ sínú group yín, kẹ́ pín link yẹn lọ síbẹ̀. So that is the only way we can inform people. Reason tá ṣe fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nigeria, kò ń ṣara wa là ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. We need the new people. We need people that are in the APC and the PDP and those that are hardcore believer of one Nigeria. Because kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe fún àwọn tí wọ́n believe in one Nigeria. They believe in one Nigeria because as far as they're concerned, one Nigeria can still bring hope. Àwa làwa mọ̀ pé one Nigeria ò lè mú hope wá, but àwọn tó agree pé one Nigeria máa mú hope wá, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ fún wọn pé Koikimedia ti wà live. That is what you can do. Tí ní kẹ́ fún wa lówó, you know, each time we come live first, you know, Egbowole, thumbs up. I do that when I go to people's platform. I tell people, how can we have 300 people watching? And then only 30 people have thumbs up. You are not helping us, our presenter. Láti the last 5 hours, ni mo ti fẹ́ jáde, but ara mi ń lọ kọ́ikọ́í, mo lie down sí bíbáyìí. But mo mọ̀ pé mo ní responsibility láti jáde, láti polongo iṣẹ́ tí a gbé dání. Because kò ń ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn sí live. I was on the program with Baba Role 1010. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby ti ṣe program láàárọ̀. Èmi náà ti wo program Ṣòwòrẹ́, mo ti wo program Délé Fárótìmí in the full clip. So kò ń ṣe pé àwa náà ń lọ gbọ́n kan táwọn ẹlòmíì náà sọ. But at the end of the day, coming out is a bonus. Tí n bá jáde, kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe fún mi, kò sí. That's why I don't tell you pé àsìkò báyìí la fẹ́ wá ṣe program, because ẹ̀mí yín máa wà níbẹ̀ ni. Koiki ti ṣàdéhùn pé òun bọ̀ wá ṣe program. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ rẹ̀ olúwẹ̀, ó ti di májẹ̀mú nìyẹn. But tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé ẹ fi máa rí mi tí bá wà live, especially a platform like this, ẹ má bínú ẹ tí ẹ wà lórí YouTube Koikimedia. Lágbára Ọlọ́run máa try láti ra iná kan so that tí bá wà live, màá lè point ẹ̀ síra mi. But doesn't matter, voice will matter, you know, and we're streaming on multiple platforms. So what I'm trying to say is that àwa náà ń gbìyànjú ni láti lè jáde wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Like I said, I've been a little bit, I don't know, my body was just a little bit tired. Mo ti wẹ̀ tán. Aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ láti in the last 5 hours pé ká wá ṣe program. But wọ́n ẹni tó bá lálàáfíà ló máa jáde máa pariwo Yoruba Nation. So for the fact that we're coming out, ẹ support now, ẹ pín program, ẹ share, because tó bá jẹ́ pé mo kí ń gbọ́ nínú church service pé wọ́n máa ní kó share program, máa sọ pé ó da, àwa nìkan là ní kẹ́ share. And when most of you ẹ máa ń share our program yẹn fún wa, so why is it difficult pé tó bá di ètò tá à ń ṣe níbí báyìí pé kẹ́ pín ètò yẹn ó máa ń difficult? That's what I don't understand. Ó ń ṣe pé Mr. Koiki ẹ kú iṣẹ́, no, ẹ pín ètò yẹn. That is the only thing you can do, you know. Gbogbo ẹni mo kí, I won't be mentioning names to start with, because anytime Baba Kito máa wà live pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlànà US. I'm meant to be there because I'm one of the, you know, at least the backbone. I spoke to him this morning. Èmi àti Sister Ellen. Baba is very strong. I wanted to ask him, ṣé gbogbo nǹkan ṣáà ń lọ bó ṣe jẹ́ kó lọ? Baba ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ, but ká sọ̀rọ̀ later láti ẹ̀jẹ̀ wo time tí mo bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀. Kódà a pè wọ́n, I get through. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá wá pè wá. Baba called back at 10:55 and he promised to call us back at 3. He's still been engaged at 89 years old. So kí ló wá ṣàwàtà jẹ́ 40, 50, 30, 20 táwọn máa sọ pé ó rẹwà. Yes, lóòótọ́ kò sí nǹkan tó come easy. Nothing is going to come easy. Ẹ fẹ́ gba Yoruba Nation kò ní wá ní just akọ̀ máa gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So Sister Ellen wọ́n pè mí ní 9:38 a.m. Ìgbà tèmi àti wọ́n communicate, a gbé bàbá pé ká bá Professor Akintoye sọ̀rọ̀. Eventually bàbá ò connect. Nígbà tó máa di 10:55 bàbá pè wá padà. You know, àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá fẹ́ bi bàbá ní ká jẹ́ kó di ọ̀sán pé àwọn busy, and I know that within the next half an hour bàbá tún máa wà lórí Zoom pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlànà US. So káwọn kan wá máa ń sọ pé wọ́n ṣe kankan kò sí kankan tán. It makes people like us, you know, sometimes could go a little bit out of the, you know, kò ṣe pé máa ń kọ̀ wá ká wá bínú. Bàbá àgbàlagbà ní 9:30, bàbá 89 years old ní aago 9 àbọ̀ tẹ́ ọmọ mi ṣì ń sùn níbi tó ti bá club lọ tó ti ṣe fàájì lọ àbọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀ yé nísìn. Bàbá pè padà within less than an hour táwa pé wọn ní 9:30. Èmi tẹ́ ní àbàbá lè máa sùn lọ́wọ́. Sister Ellen ní bàbá ti jí o. So that shows that bàbá yẹn náà kò nítorí pé òun sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation kò ní pé torí òun jẹ́ leader wa yes kò ń ṣe gbogbo ilẹ̀ máa lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ kò ń ṣe gbogbo ìyẹn ni ẹ ṣe ní àwa media mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ tí bàbá àròlé náà sọ the same thing ó dà pé ní last week wọ́n ṣe program wọn kan pé àwọn láǹfààní àti pé bàbá Ìgbòho àná I was with the phone with Ìgbòho throughout yesterday you know and he was also visiting my mom in Benin Republic because mom see me travel. I was telling you a little bit about that. So what I'm just trying to say is that it will be very stupid kẹ́ni tó jókòó sí abroad kó máa sọ pé bàbá 89 years old kò ní kankan tó ń ṣe ju pé ìbò ló ń kó wa lọ ṣé ó ti lọ fowó agbowó àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ rúnrún àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ dẹ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ mùgọ̀ àbọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀ yé nísìn iṣẹ́ tí bàbá gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ ní láti lọ mú fáìlì ẹ̀ wà ní abẹ́lẹ̀kùn mẹ́rin àbọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀ yé nísìn iṣẹ́ tí bàbá ẹ̀ gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ pé ká lọ máa ṣe òun làwa ń tẹ́kọ̀ ẹ̀ níbí báyìí ìní la máa parí èyí tá à ń discuss tó bá tún máa dọ̀la lágbára Ọlọ́run lágbára Jésù Kristi lágbára àwọn orúmọlẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àtúbẹ̀rẹ̀ another topic bàbá yẹn náà là ń pè pé bàbá kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí yes kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan la máa lè discuss pẹ̀lú ẹni tó bá tàbá ń ṣe live because ẹni tó bá fẹ́ rí bàbá tó fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì náà ó lè tí mo sì mi fi ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì nísìnyí tó fi lọ sí Benin Republic kò dẹ́ sáwọn nìkan lọ àwọn bíi 3 lọ́jọ́ lọ so kíyàn kan wá jókòó níbi tí ẹ fẹ́ kúrò ní ibi comfort zone yín ẹ fẹ́ kúrò ní comfort zone yín so tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ kúrò ní comfort zone yín ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ gbà fún àwọn bàbá yẹn torí pé comfort zone abroad mo ń gbọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby láàárọ̀ yìí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Peter Ọládélé mo ti rí miss call yín mo busy díẹ̀ ni but ibi tá a fi sọ̀rọ̀ sí yẹn náà wọ́n ti fún mi ní update so mo mọ̀ pé ti pè mí lánàá mo kí yín so kíyàn kan wá máa ń sọ nísìnyí pé olóyè ò ṣe kankan kò ṣe kankan náà nìyẹn ìwọ náà lọ ṣe tó lóyè ń ṣe náà ọ̀rọ̀ dẹni náà kẹ́ máa sọ pé olóyè ò ṣe kankan kí lẹ́mí ìbà pé olóyè ò ṣe kankan so ẹ jẹ́ ká play intro mi at least èmi náà gbọ́dọ̀ máa pọ́nra mi lé lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan mo kí brother mi Mike Ọlá mo fún ọ lówó àwọn lọ ṣe intro yìí fún wa pé ṣé mo like ẹ̀ mo ní ó lè da èlò ni wọ́n ní kí n má sanwó àwọn ṣe fún Koikimedia ni mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby sọ láàárọ̀ ìrádà yẹ ó ní àwọn tó ń wọnú igbó ta ní kọ́ ló máa wọnú igbó lọ ìjáyàjáyà ní ẹ wọlé ẹ ṣe wọ́n báyìí ká má fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ ta bá ní kọ́ lọ ṣe wọ́n báyìí kọ́ ṣe wọ́n báyìí náà owó náà lọ máa lò ìyẹn tó já àwọn tìyàn tiwa gbogbo alárí tó ọlọ́kadà àwọn ọlọ́kadà Fúlàní tó ń ṣe jàbàjàbà ní Èkó ń bẹ̀ yẹn àwa lè máa lè dímọ́ lè lè dímọ́ àwọn ọlọ́kadà gbogbo ilẹ̀ ti rí fídíò yẹn àfi kẹ́ máa wá síbí báyìí kẹ́ máa lè dímọ́ àwa Koiki come back home come and lead us from home ọlọ́kadà Fúlàní ó ń gorí èèyàn láàrin Èkó lọ́sàn gangan ààrẹ nìkankan tó jáde ààrẹ nìkankan tó tẹ̀ sọ pé abẹ́ ìyàwó èrè kó tẹ̀ fọ́gò àwa lẹ máa wá lẹ̀ dímọ́ lórí social media àwọn tó ń jí yín lówó àwọn tó ń ṣe jàǹbá fún yín rí kankan ṣe fún wọn mo gbọ́ Sowore tó ṣe pẹ̀lú Ṣeun Ọ̀kínbalóyè podcast 1 hour kò pé 1 hour 20 minutes mo farabalẹ̀ mo gbọ́ gbogbo tó sọ ó sọ pé revolution ló máa break up Nigeria tí a lè ó ní tunnel yẹn kẹ̀rí ó ti há iwájú rẹ̀ kò lọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ kò lọ so ó kúkú bẹ́tà ká bọ́ǹbù tunnel òfò yẹn kí gbogbo olúkàlùkù lè rí nǹkan ṣe àbúrò wọn yé nísìn so ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé mo máa ń sọ fún yín pé rally ti lé ó ní more weight ju abroad lọ ẹ lọ máa renew ní sọ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ gbogbo in tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ó ti ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ àti fún Tinubu lẹ́tà Tinubu gan bá protester lòun náà ẹ lọ wo Kenya ó ń gbóná nísìndí pé Ruto mo tẹ̀sọ̀ fún ìyàwó mi Julia Makapila ó pè mí láàárọ̀ yìí ó náà máa lọ protest níwájú embassy àwọn oníjọ Tuesday tí bá ráyè kí n jọ èmi nìkan dẹ̀ lòun lè trust láti make sure pé mo wà níbẹ̀ torí pé àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Kenya náà àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé wọ́n ṣe wà ní Nàìjíríà lọ nìyẹn àwọn tó máa lọ support government máa ń wà láàárín wọn so ó bẹ̀ mí pé kí n jọ pé sódà kí n bá wà níbẹ̀ màá lè monitor èmi akọ̀ dàbí spy oyè yín so at the end of the day in tí mo kàn ń try láti encourage ara ni pé àwa náà tá à ń jáde pẹ̀lú one hope pé a máa lọ mo gbọ́dọ̀ brother wa Délé Fárótìmí program tiẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ kò tó 1 hour very powerful program topic tó lò was I think the madman or something like that. So mo kàn try láti jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa understand pé nothing is gonna come easy. Ó fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation kó kàn máa gbọ́ program. No, ó máa ṣe wàhálà, àjọ máa ṣe wàhálà yẹn ni. Ó dìgbà tá a bá délẹ̀ lérí òun ni chat with Ọmọyẹlé Sowore. Mo ti wò tán 10,000 views ló ti wò so far. Mo tún wo Dele Farotimi, listen to the madman. 2 programs. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn, ẹ bá gbọ́wọ́lé share button. Ṣé Tinubu is a weaker element or not? Gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa mọ̀ tó bá yá. Àtẹni tó ní àti ẹ̀ tó bá yá, gbogbo la máa mọ̀ whether Tinubu weak element ni or not. Yorùbá nation no going back. Kò sí ìrìn àjò yìí pé ó ń go back. Kò sí bàbá ńlá ẹni tó lè dá dúró. Ọmọdé ò lè dá dúró, àgbàlagbà ò lè dá dúró. Is a spiritual fight. They lè win spiritual battle. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, spiritual battle ni kò sẹ́ni tó lè win ẹ̀. Eléyìí ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìbọn, à ń sọ fún wọn. Eléyìí ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yìn ọ̀bọ̀n ẹ̀ ń kó tear gas síta. Kò lè ran tó wà nílẹ̀, ó ti kọjá stage yẹn. Nàìjíríà ní láti pín, olúkálùkù máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Àníyàn wa àti Nàìjíríà kò wọ́ọ̀kì mọ́. Mò ń bọ̀ ẹja gbélé mo máa fi ṣọ́kọ̀. Ẹ bá a pè mí náà pín lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ẹ ṣí àbọ̀dẹ ṣí ẹ gbọ́wọ́lé share button. Ẹ gbọ́wọ́lé share button. Koikimedia, Koikimedia, we bring the world closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, 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 we bring the world closer to your doorstep. Àwọn sára àgbà ìdá, àwọn ọlọ́yà sàgbègbè. Ìwéde lórúkọ nílẹ̀ ojú ẹ̀ o, àwọn ọlọ́gà ní bàbá. Koikimedia, 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 you bringing the world closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for hand, but they move closer before they go sabi. They never know wetin we carry for body. Ọ̀kí ọlọ́dà ẹyẹ ìgbẹ̀gún olóra àjọ ẹyẹ tó torí gbọdọ̀ ní àdán wọn gbẹ̀dẹ̀ lẹ́nu. Àṣìṣe nù ilé bàbá wa. Ẹ bá a pè mí náà ṣe àlọ́wọ́ ni, ẹ bá a dọ́wọ́lé ṣe àbọ̀tì. Ẹ bá a pè. Ilé dúdú wa ká, ọ̀dúdú wa kò wá dédé wá. Ọmọ dúdú wa ṣe kéré. Ẹni dé fún gbàgbọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ẹ gbọ́ wọlé share button. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí Happy Sunday. Báwo ni service lónìí? Èmi náà ti lọ sí church service lónìí àdúrà ti gbà. Ọlọ́run fi wá sílẹ̀. Ọlọ́run àti wa nínú ìdì táwọn olórí burúkú òyìnbó kó gbogbo aṣọ. Koikimedia, àwọn àgbẹ̀ tó lárugẹ ètò tó gbójú owó tí wọ́n máa ní. Mo ń ṣe lọ sí gbogbo group. Tó o bá sí lórí WhatsApp group Koikimedia, kàn sí wa torí pé nínú ẹ̀ wà á máa rí notification. Ẹ máa rí notification ní gbogbo ìgbà. Mo kí o wá Koikimedia team tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ back to back. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún gbogbo wa. A kò iṣẹ́ takuntakun. A kò ojúde ọba. Ààrẹ ni fún wa lówó là ṣe lọ sí ojúde ọba. Tó bá pẹ́ fún wa lówó náà wà náà máa lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà. À ń gbádùn rẹ bóyìnbó ṣe ń gbádùn sìgá. Tẹ̀bá fún wa lówó ní next year, a lọ sójú ìjọba. Èyí lọmọ mi ló máa dé. Èyí lọmọ mi ló máa wọ̀. Ìgbó máa wọ̀ gájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀. Àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ̀, láìpẹ́ délé bọ́ra. Ìbá parí program á pè mí. Bàbá kí ló èrè ní ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọ àti gbowó ṣà. Ṣiṣẹ́ fún nìkan kan rẹ̀. Àwọn méjèèjì tó employ mi nìyẹn. Máa lọ gbóhùn síta. Mo ti wà mídíà àgbà pátápátá láì yọ nìkan kan sílẹ̀. Àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. Ẹgbẹ́ wo lè ṣe ẹbẹ fún? Ìjàfẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin abẹ fún wọlé ní méjì mẹ́ta. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin girama. Àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá yọ. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó fẹ́ òun tó kàn gbogbo lára ni. Àgbèrèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Kò tí ì sí Yorùbá country but ìrìn àjò Yorùbá country òun là ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Mo kí ẹ pẹ́ ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta. Àwọn ní mo kí ẹgbẹ́ tó darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ìwé àyẹ̀wò dáàkì gan. You need another lighting. Ẹ má bínú. Ẹ fi tẹ̀ gbé fún mi jáde. Àwọn ní sórí kéka. Àwọn ní bàbá. Mo kí ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ ti wà lórí program pátápátá. We are fully on a live transmission. Mo kí Akin Games. Aláwọ̀ bàbá mo kí ẹ. Mo kí bàbá Lẹ́kìtì. Ẹ kí iṣẹ́ takuntakun sà. Àmì ṣe lásán. Koikimedia is around. To give us latest. Is around o. Give us latest. Ladies and gentlemen. Ẹ̀mú tí ẹ gbọ́ ìdòdó gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen. Ẹ̀mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kúrò owó. Koikimedia is around. To give us latest. And on that note, we will start the program on a very, very slow and steady. Mo appreciate gbogbo yín láàfẹ́ nìkankan sílẹ̀. Èèyàn kan ga jù èèyàn kan lọ lórí platform yìí. Servant ni mo jẹ́ fún yín, èmi ni mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín. Lecturer lèmi, ẹ̀yin ni student. Ẹni right láti disagree. But ẹni tó bá wá síbí tó bá bú mi, màá bú bàbá ẹ̀, màá bú ìyá ẹ̀. Màá rán ẹ sílé. Ara ń kan Gaza, ara ń kan àwọn Gen Z. Tó bá ní kí n má bú yín, tí bá rí comment ẹ tó kọ̀ rọra wọlé, tó rò pé o lè fi comment ẹ wá fi distract wa, màá rán ẹ sílé gidi. Torí àwọn tó ń rape yín, ẹ rí kankan ṣe fún wọn. Àwọn tó ń rape yín, ẹ rí jack shit ṣe fún wọn. So ẹ fà fi pé bí àtẹ̀bá ó David báyìí, ẹ wá fi ẹnu janwó yín láti fi máa fi rẹ̀wẹ̀sì sí wa lọ́kàn. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma pé happy Sunday, ẹ̀yin ìyá dáadáa. Torí lóòkè ilẹ̀ ìbí wa kàgbéga ìgbàgbọ́ ní o. Àti bẹ́rù. Kájọlá ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtọ̀hún tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, ó sì ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ògo adúláwọ̀. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not. Mo kí President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mokindada, sir, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some few years back, ẹ̀yin náà ń jàjà fún kankan, ẹ̀ ń jà fún democracy, ẹ̀ ń jà pé gbogbo ohun tí Abíọ́lá ò ráyè ṣe kẹ́yìn náà lè rí ṣe. Ohun Ọlọ́run ni o ló fún yín débi tẹ́dé yìí. Ohun ọba Elédùmarè, ohun Jésù Kristi. Tí kò bá wọn Ọlọ́run kò ní gbé yín débẹ̀. Àwa ń pray fún yín pé k'Ọlọ́run fún yín lálàáfíà, kó fún yín lẹ́mìí gígùn. But one thing that a níjọ agree ni pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation táwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, òun ni the final solution. Mo mọ̀ pé the international community, I love to show my mouth, tí bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àgbáyé, they are there not for me and you. America is not working in our interest. So tó bá rò pé America is working in your interest, fàbúlò wà níbẹ̀, okay? Bí a torí pé o ti travel, by the time tó bá ti travel, wà realize pé America, UK, France, Germany, none of them love our own interest. Kò sí kankan nínú wọn. Interest tí wọn ló máa kọ́kọ́ jà fún, kó tó jà fún interest tọ̀dọ̀ tí yín. Interest tí wọn ló máa kọ́kọ́ fight fún. They are not fighting for your interest. Kí ló dé tí ọmọ America lè fi passport ẹ̀ káàkiri àgbáyé tí Nàìjíríà náà lè ṣe? Kò ń ṣe pé Nàìjíríà happy Sunday. Ẹ má yẹ kí n dárúkọ torí mo ti wọnú ètò. And the timing is very, very limited. If you're one of those that are hoping that our future will be secured, nítorí pé ìlú kan wà tó ń pè ní European countries, African countries, and they will fight for your interest. Ọmọ tuntun ẹ̀dànù. Kí ni mo sọ? If you are still one of those having these kind of false information, okay, George, mo mọ̀ tẹ́ mean, ẹni is it possible? Ẹ bá mi ṣe àlàyé lé lórí. Kí lè explain ni, is it possible? Ṣé Yorùbá nation lẹ́ ń sọ pé is it possible? Or what actually are you talking about? Don't expect the international community to have your interest at heart. Ẹni tó ní interest wa at heart right now, Tinubu might have our interest, but he has a lot of pressure from the international community. I am just for argument's sake. But tó bá ní ẹni tó really ní the special interest of ìran Yorùbá presently right now, pé ó fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran ẹ̀ kó lè ní ìlọsíwájú. Ṣé mọ̀ pé mò ń wọ́wọ́ ní last time, àṣínú ilé ìlú àwọn owó yẹn wà. Ẹni tó bá wà lórí program pẹ̀lú mi, mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá àwọn owó yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó ń wá igi ìṣáná. But mo realize pé inú folder ni máa ń kó sí. Happy Sunday. What God cannot do does not exist. I will be reading some of your comments. I am not a dictator on this platform. I want you to be free. I want you to be against what I say, but let us talk bí ẹni tó ní làákàyè. Ó ṣe pé kò kàn wá sí rẹ̀. Shut up, Yorùbá nation náà ń ṣe fi scam ni ọmọ màbúbà bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Because ọ̀rọ̀ tó ti délẹ̀ nísìn, ó ti di pé kí gbogbo wa, àtẹni tó agree, àtẹni tó disagree, láti lè rí pé ṣé ọ̀nà àbáyọ ṣì wà. Then if anybody is hoping that ilé ayé ti wá tóbi ju pé Yorùbá country lè jáde nínú ẹ̀, ọmọ tuntun ẹ̀dànù, irọ́ ló wà níbẹ̀. Kódà Yorùbá country ó níṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ ṣe ní àgbáyé, ó níbi tóun náà fẹ́ fi market lé ní ayé, torí pé ibì kan ló ti ń fi market sí kó tó di pé wọ́n dá dúró ní 1914. Because 1914 ni wọ́n dá orúkọ yẹn dúró tí kò jẹ́ kó progress gẹ́gẹ́ bí orúkọ tí kò bá máa wà in existence lẹ́nìí. Because the Yoruba people would have been known as Yoruba country, Yoruba economy, Yoruba population, Yoruba this, Yoruba that. Àwọn òyìnbó Britain, àwọn wá reverse orúkọ yẹn. They removed the name. wọ́n gbé full stop lé lórí, wọ́n wá gbé Nàìjíríà lé lórí. That is the reason why tí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ òkúnkúndùn lọ́kàn tèmi àti tiẹ̀. Because the word Nigeria, Nigeria, bàbá ńlá wa kọ́ ni ó set it up. A gbọ́ nínú ìtàn pé nígbà tí wọ́n ní Odùduwà dé gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe gbọ́ pé wọ́n wá ní Nàìjíríà ni wá, tó bá jẹ́ pé o lè lọ fún mi níbi tó wà, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ pé a kó ètò ẹ̀ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò, ẹ má yẹ kí n dárúkọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa tẹ̀síwájú. Gbogbo yín náà ni mo rí, àtẹni tó rí wa àtẹni tó rí wa, tó bá di ọjọ́ ọ̀la ìtàn arántí gbogbo wa àtẹ̀yìn náà, torí pé kò ń ṣe, it's not about me. So for the fact that you are waiting or your expectation that àwọn kan wà lágbàáyé, their hope is to make sure pé kíran Yorùbá náà kó ní country tiẹ̀. Nobody wants you to be free. That is the number one fact. Two different people ni mo gbọ́ ní ọ̀sán yìí lọ́wọ́ àárọ̀ yìí. Mo gbọ́ Délé Fárótìmí, mo gbọ́ Ọmọyẹlé Sowore, and at the end of the day, the two all agree that Nigeria has not worked. Kò ń ṣe torí leadership problem. The foundation tóyìnbó dá sílẹ̀ ní 1914, òun ló dá gbogbo wàhálà àti fìtínà tó ń ṣe wá lénìí. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin alálùbáríkà tẹ́ ń wọlé ní méjì mẹ́ta. So kí wá ní ọ̀nà àbáyọ? Ṣé ká lọ máa ṣe politics, ká lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ olórí burúkú Àtíkù tó ti ń ṣe politics láti 1992 tó jalè títí débi pé Ọbásanjọ́ gan sọ pé Àtíkù, àbíṣọ́ Ọbásanjọ́ ni ká mú lẹ́pọ̀n for 16 billion owó electricity àbówó kìíní kan energy tọ́nà fẹ́ ṣe tí a rí. So what is giving you the hope? Ìyẹn ni tí wàá ṣàlàyé fúnra wa. Okay, Tinubu ti wà níbẹ̀. Okay, let's hope that Tinubu will give us the hope. Tó bá fún wa ní hope yẹn, kí ni mò ń jà fún? Tèbí kankan náà ni mo fẹ́, but Tinubu ò lè sọ fún wa pé òun bá ṣe tán, òun á tún dá ìjọba padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn northerners. That would be a disaster. Koiki ẹ jẹ́ kó restructure Nigeria, but kò nídìí láti pẹ́ gan tó bá máa restructure Nigeria. Ó jẹ́ kẹ́ ti rí indicator. Koiki jẹ́ kó lọ ṣe second term. Ọmọ Ọlọ́run ló lẹ̀mí èèyàn, kọ́lọ́run bá wa fún lẹ́mìí gígùn. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀la, kódà intelligent tí mò ń gbọ́ ni pé reason tí Tinubu ṣe ń change jet tó ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí pé jet tó fi ń gbé president káàkiri yẹn, president plane, I don't know, I am just oríṣiríṣi làwọn intelligent kankan máa ń wá sórí desk wa. What they are saying is that presidential jet tí Tinubu ń lò yẹn ó léwu fún gan, so it is important for him to change it. O lè sọ pé dey play. 2 aircraft accident ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú oṣù yìí. Ní rántí mọ́, èmi àrùn ẹ létí. Iran vice president tó bá tẹ̀ ń ṣe president wọn gan, ó máa kú lórí helicopter. Ṣé Sierra Leone àbí kí ni ìlú African country vice president nìyẹn? Okay, ti Iran ni president wọn or whatever táwọn bá ń pe tiwọn lọ́hùn, president làwọn náà ń lò. 2 most important leaders have been killed. Má rò pé wọ́n kọ̀ kú lásán pẹ́, gbogbo kìíní yẹn ó máa ń ní ọwọ́ àwọn èèyàn nínú. And that means that Tinubu might not be comfortable. Iran president, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe gan ni Mr. Adesina. Kí lorúkọ the other one ti president Africa yẹn àbí vice president? Tọ́ni military aircraft tó gbé òun àtìyàwó ẹ̀ àtàwọn bíi mẹ́jọ kan ọjọ́ lọ́run nípè ní Malawi vice president. So má rò pé plane tó ń gbé Tinubu náà kò lè lọ há sókè kó lọ páká, ẹ ṣe gan ni Pastor Mo. So ẹ má jẹ́ káwọn lórí burúkú northern sọ fún yín pé Tinubu lọ ń ra aircraft. Tó bá jẹ́ pé yẹn ló máa fún ní security títí tó lè fi bá wa pín Nàìjíríà, so be it. Èmi ò ń ṣe spokesman ẹ̀, but mo ti sọ fún pé kó pín military architect Nàìjíríà, kó pín sí mẹ́ta. Tá a bá ní jet fighter bíi mẹ́ta, kó gbé kan sílẹ̀ Yorùbá, bóyá ọ̀nà Ìbàdàn ní kó pàkẹ́ sí, kó tètè build gbogbo ibi tó jẹ́ pé a ṣe park, a ṣe gbéra. Because bọ́rọ̀ ṣe ń lọ yìí, ẹ má kí n parọ́ fún yín, àwọn Arabs máa support àwọn northerners against the southwest. Lẹ́ni ni, lọ́la ni, lọ́jọ́ iwájú ni, nítorí pé wọ́n believe pé àwọn làwọn láti control Nàìjíríà lábẹ́ olórí burúkú ẹni tó ń pè ní Sultan of Sokoto tí wọ́n rò pé èèyàn ni. Máa sọ pé dey play. ìwọ ọmọ Yorùbá tó yẹ kó máa jókòó pé Tinubu gan ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ nísìn ẹni kó divide Nàìjíríà kí a lè jọ kúrò láàrin Nàìjíríà but ó lè dìjà nítorí pé àwọn northerners máa get it backing àwọn Arab countries especially Saudi Arabia gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ. Don't ask me for báwo mo ṣe mọ̀. Saudi Arabia máa defend àwọn north against us. So gbogbo politics sẹ́yìn rò pé wọ́n play politics eléyìí ń sọ̀rọ̀ politics mọ́ politics ni Tinubu ń bá wọn play àmọ́ kó stop ọ̀rọ̀ politics yẹn kó tètè dá yẹn padà síbi tó yẹ kó wà but ó need enough security tó lè protect ilẹ̀ Yorùbá against invaders. Kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní wọlé pa wá là ń sọ ní méjì mẹ́ta o àwọn machinery gidi máa wọlé tó máa ṣe jàǹbá fún wa ju bá ṣe ń expect lọ tó ju àwọn tẹ̀yìn sì ń rí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó ń pààyàn tó ń jẹ́yàn gbé yẹn. Sọ pé dey play Saudi Arabia yẹn wọ́n pa odindi journalist odindi èèyàn ó wọnú embassy wọn wọ́n pa sínú bẹ̀ wọ́n ṣasí wẹ́wẹ́ àwọn tó dẹ̀ pààyàn dẹ̀ padà lórí private jet. Ọlọ́run ló ní kí Turkey jẹ́ ìlú kan tó jẹ́ gbòógì Turkey ló ní ẹni tẹ́ ní ó jáde can you imagine kéèyàn wọnú embassy ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lé gbàgbọ́ yìí o ẹ̀ ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ politics ẹ̀ fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ọ̀rọ̀ politics kan ní Yorùbá nation náà ọ̀rọ̀ tó yẹ ká mú lókùnkún ọ̀dàn àtiwọ́ tó support APC tó kúkú support náà wọ́n ò rí lé fún ẹ ò rí mọ́tò gbà ṣègbóhùn la rí tí sísá wa kan tó ń pariwo tó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. I don't have to mention her name gbogbo alárí tó ń pariwo wọ́n ti gba kẹ̀kẹ́ márùwá lọ́wọ́ wọn bla blow kò jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Yes politician náà wà nílùú yìí but kò wá mí pé inú politics ló ti máa jayé ní tí kò yí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín nìyẹn expect pé inú politics ní ẹ̀kẹ́ ti ṣoríire no policy ló máa jẹ́ kó ṣoríire nínú ìlú government policy tí July 4 àwa ń lọ dìbò nílùú yìí a gbọ́dọ̀ lé Rishi Sunak lọ enough is enough èmi ni mò ń sọ tèmi o mo mọ tẹ lómi tó èmi ò ní dìbò conservative lágbára Elédùmarè ní July 4 èmi ò ní dìbò wọn torí èmi mo mọ tó ti ní wá lára àti àwọn tó jẹ́ pensioner nílùú yìí tí mo sì mi náà jẹ́ yọkan nínú ẹ̀ so àwa máa dìbò against wọn ni lágbára Ọlọ́run ní July 4 but policy tiẹ̀ ó ti affect mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ìlú tó ń gbé níbí báyìí so ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń fi pé ọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí kí ni ìdákìdí àbẹ̀ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ibi báyìí bí a kì í tún wá báyìí kó lè ní bit of exposure ẹ má bínú bí ṣe jókòó yẹn ló jẹ́ kó wà dark ọ̀dà ó bẹ́tà báyìí ẹ má bínú sí mi ẹ mọ̀ pé lémi ni mo ti ń stream kò sí bàbá lọ gba studio nísìn tó bá the end of the month tí bá ní fún mi lówó tẹ́ fún mi lówó ṣé landlord máa sọ pé kí n ṣe wà nínú studio yẹn kò ní lé olúwẹ̀ lọ so ibi tá a bá rí náà la máa lò ó dà báyìí so oòrùn tó wà lẹ́yìn mi ló ń jẹ́ kó look dark èyí tó kù wà okay for now ẹ gbọ́ mi yé so ọmọ Yorùbá tó rò pé kí lè sọ lẹ́nu ilé ń sọ̀rọ̀ kí ni mò ń sọ lẹ́nu gbogbo apáta mo ní Saudi yẹn wọ́n pa odindi èèyàn nínú embassy wọn wọ́n ṣasí wẹ́wẹ́ torí pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ gbé body yẹn wọ́n vaporize body yẹn wọ́n dissolve ẹ̀ nínú embassy wọn lélẹ̀ tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kò wá rò pé kí tó bá lè ṣe yẹn fọ́mọ ìlú wọn kí ló rò pé wọ́n lè ṣe fáwa. I'm just asking torí argument ẹ̀yin kan máa ní kò lè ṣeé ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe la ṣe ń tètè kígbe ẹ̀ síta nísìn torí ìkígbe wa síta òun ló fún Tinubu ní power tó débi tó dé yẹn lóòótọ́ ó lówó torí òun ló fowó ẹ̀ lọ ra wàhálà tó lọ gbé Buhari wá tí Buhari ṣe wá lọ́ṣẹ́ tèbí Tinubu ló lọ gbé owó ẹ̀ jáde tó fi lọ gbé Buhari lé wa lọ́wọ́ ṣe má sọ pé Tinubu ò mọ̀ nípa bí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì APC ṣe lọ fún ọdún mẹ́jọ òun ló lọ fowó ààrẹ wá wàhálà torí tóun náà fẹ́ débẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ti débẹ̀ nísìn kò nídìí láti pẹ́ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ kó divide Nàìjíríà if not Nàìjíríà tẹ́ ń rí yẹn Koiki ó tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa lànà tó bá wá lànà yẹn ṣọdá Amẹ́ríkà tí wọ́n rò pé kíní tí crisis ò bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ nobody is coming to help us. Whatever the crisis means to you is entirely up to you. tí crisis ò bá bẹ̀rẹ̀, nobody is coming to help anybody. Security Council ní discuss it. There's no amount of your communication to the United Nations that will make any impact. Ká máa send letters sí UN lójoojúmọ́ báyìí, it's not going to make any impact. It has to be crisis, whatever that means to you. Just like Bishop Wode ṣe sọ pé it has to be revolution. Ṣé wọn kí n lọ bá lóye? Ó fẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn journalist ẹ fẹ́ máa tọrọ bọ̀yàn lẹ́nu. Ó fẹ́ kó máa sọ kúlẹ̀kúlẹ̀ kí ni revolution yẹn máa mean. Ó wá sọ pé it's like a tunnel. Tunnel méjì wà nílùú yìí tó wà very popular. Ìkan wà à ń pè ní Blackwell Tunnel. Abẹ́ omi ló wà. Ìkan wà à ń pè ní Rother Tunnel. Tunnel méjèèjì yẹn tó bá dí ìgbà mi ò lè wà ńbẹ̀ for 2-3 hours tó bá block, especially if accident bá ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀, torí pé ó máa difficult fún emergency láti wọlé láti lè rescue àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀ láti lè dissolve gbogbo problem yẹn. Right now tunnel tó ń guide Nigeria ó ti dí àfi tí crisis bá ṣẹlẹ̀. Èmi ò sọ̀rọ̀ revolution, Sowore ló sọ̀rọ̀ revolution. But to avoid crisis tó máa di bloodstream, òun la ṣe ń kígbe létí. Tinubu gbọ́n tí mò ń sọ torí pé ó láwọn èèyàn táwọn Tinubu Jagaban ní òun ní sọ́ọ̀sì ó kàn máa fi wọ́n sórí payroll ní ẹ̀yẹ máa lọ́gbọ́n tí Koiki ń sọ ṣe mọ̀ pé spokesman Ìgbòho lòun. Ó yẹ lọ́gbọ́n tí Yèyé Dára ń sọ. They have the money. Àwa la nírò owó yẹn. They have the money. So what we are saying is that gbogbo plan tó bá ní kó execute it quickly. Kó máa yẹ kó pẹ́. But ṣé àwa máa wá dúró for us to wait for Tinubu to execute his plan? No. Nah. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe àsí nínú ìjọba military. Ṣé rí ìjọba military ìjọba burúkú ni? Lọ sí ìlú kan tó ń pè ní Myanmar, olórí burúkú gbá. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí n ṣe mistake wọ plane. Tí plane bá náà ń gba náà bẹ̀ yẹn lọ, tí n bá bá wọn jà lórí aircraft yẹn pé kó divert ẹ̀, á fa wàhálà. Ìlú burúkú ni ìlú yẹn. Myanmar is a military dictator ni wọ́n. Olórí burúkú ayé àtọ̀run ni wọ́n. Àwọn tó tọ́fù wọ́n lè bí wèrè. Ó wà lára ìlú àgbáyé tó yẹ pé má gbàdúrà pé kó gbọ̀nà ọbẹ̀ kọjá. Tó bá náà ń bẹ ṣe visa má gba ọ̀nà Myanmar kọjá. It's a very terrible country. So right now, we are not in the military era. Democracy law. And it's a beauty that it is not a functioning one, but indicators of fún wa pé sí níjọba alágbádá, ìjọba military la wà. Ìjọba alágbádá la wà sí níjọba military. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń fi pé kí lẹ máa ṣe tẹ́ bá ti jáde ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nation Tinubu máa nà yín pa. Tara ẹ náà là ń jà fún. Tara tiẹ̀ náà ni gbogbo àjọ ń jà. Lóòótọ́, many of you are just doing your own little things. You don't need the government. Àwọn tó lówó bí yẹpẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ ṣe fraud tó dẹ̀ wọ́n wà ní Nigeria. But we are talking about 30 million Yoruba people tí wọ́n struggle láti make ends meet. Whatever your ends meet. Like I said, ó yẹ kí n ti jáde látàárọ̀, but ara mi kàn lọ kọ́ikọ́í. Mo kàn lie down síbẹ̀ yẹn. Nígbà tí máa dìde, mo rí pé mo rí indicator pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn ti jẹun. Àwọn ọmọ Oòduà. Ẹ mọ̀, mo kàn ra bọ́ wọn ní bíbà àti sweet and sour sauce. Nígbà tí kan tó wá sọ̀kalẹ̀ tó ní, Dad, I want to eat plantain. Mo á bí pé, have you not eaten? Ó ní yes. That means pé ebi tún pa. So that means pé tó bá wà nílé náà tó bá lọ́mọ, tọ́mọ ẹ bá ṣe jẹun tán tó do bí 2 hours tó tún náà fẹ́ jẹun, ọmọ á máa fọmọ ẹ nígbà tí oúnjẹ bíi ti báwo. Ṣé bó ṣe jẹ bàtán nísìnyí jẹ́ kó dalẹ́ ká tó jẹ míì. That is the danger we are facing today in Yoruba land. Now, ṣó wá da kémi káwọn ọmọ tèmi lè kí n tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ program mo wá lọ dín dòdò fún wọn. Mo dín dòdò yẹn. Wọ́n ṣe jẹ́ tán nísìnyí wọ́n tún bá tí wọ́n lọ sókè. Because wọ́n mọ̀ pé mò ń ṣe program. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àfi tí bá fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ jókòó kò ń ṣe pé tó bá wà níbí báyìí náà ariwo wọn kọ́ ó dá nínú program àfi tó bá yẹ pé wọ̀ láìkọ̀ ọmọdé. Ẹlẹ́mìí ti sọ fún wa àwọn ọmọ tó ń pariwo ní background wà lọ sí platform míì ni. Platform oríṣiríṣi ló wà lágbàáyé. So bẹ́ẹ̀ni the situation ni Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí olú ẹgbàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ kọjá is a terrible country. but the world is looking away. People, ṣé mọ̀ pé ṣẹ́rípa àgbáyé tá à ń gbé is a hypocrite. Ṣé mo right? Hypocrisy na hypocrite. Gbogbo tó ń lọ ní Neymar látara pé wọ́n ṣì ń rí kankan jẹ níbẹ̀. Britain, America, gbogbo àwọn ìlú yẹn lọ ní access sí wọn. Ó dàbí ìgbà tí Ṣòwòrẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́sàn-án lórí Ṣéun Ọ̀kínbá lórí podcast. During the time tí wọ́n ń jà fún ìjà pé Abiola, hey that, àwọn kan tó ń bá àwọn àgbáyé ṣe lẹ́yìn tó wà against ní táwọn ṣe. So don't expect anything. Yeah, the world is full of hypocrisy. We are not pushing this movement towards a violence. But at the back of our mind, we are already being tortured by people that thought it violent to our brother mi kan ṣiṣẹ́ ní Apapa port. Ó ti padà sí ìlú nísìn. Ó ní Mr. Koiki, oníṣẹ́ kan lòun sì ṣe nínú Apapa yẹn nínú ọdún yìí. A dẹ̀ ti wà ní June and lọ sí July. Kí ló máa ń ṣe? Wọ́n máa ń gbé ẹja wá láti Dublin. Mo sọ fún yín pé ẹja tẹ́ ń jẹ, Titus gbogbo àwọn ẹja tẹ́ ń jẹ yẹn, Dublin ló ti ń package. Tó bá ti package container tó ń gbé bọ̀, àwọn refrigerator container ni. Ó máa freeze tó máa fi dẹ́kù. Tó bá dẹ́kù ló máa wá dispose làwọn tó máa rà lẹ́ fi máa rí ní ọjà ní Mushin lóṣòdì. Can you imagine pé ẹja Titus tí wọ́n ń jẹ Dublin ló ti ń gbé wá? Ibi tí mo lọ kọ́ nìyẹn. Ó wá pè mí lánàá. Ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ló máa ń pè mí. Àwọn ọmọ ṣàlẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn ọmọ òkè Ògùn. Ẹ̀wọ̀n pé àwọn Yorùbá tí wọ́n máa ń rí ìgbà tó tẹ̀ pé mú tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òun ni. Kò sí nọ́mbà tẹ́mi ò lè gbé. Kò sí, I'm not hiding anything and I'm not scared of anybody. Ọlọ́run ló rẹ̀ ní gbogbo wa. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ta lélẹ̀? Ẹ̀gbọ́n èmi ni. Mo dẹ̀ dá voice ẹ̀ mo bá ẹ̀gbọ́n èmi ni. Mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Nọ́mbà ló tún fi ń pè mí. Ó ní nọ́mbà ayẹ̀dẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n. Ó ní kan ti le gan nísìnyí o. Mo ní but everybody knows that. Ó ní ibi wọ́n wà lórí program náà. Wọ́n ń gbọ́ program náà. Ó ní nínú ọdún yìí iṣẹ́ kan lòun sì ṣe lápapà. Oko tó tún dá nílùú àwọn Fúlàní tún lọ jẹ́. Now we are dealing with two elements of evil. Okay, Koiki, má sọ̀rọ̀ nípa oko, but economic wise, every one of us, including me and you, we have been destroyed. I am not talking about ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣì ń rówó yahoo ṣe. I am not here to encourage crime. Àwọn kan lè máa ní àwọn ìbò náà ń ṣe jàǹbá fún wa. Àwa mọ̀ yẹn. But ìyẹn la ṣe sọ pé ẹ̀yin ẹ jẹ́ ká fi gbogbo ṣẹ́rí gbogbo brain tẹ níyẹn, gbogbo brain tẹ fi ń ṣe yahoo yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àjọ darapọ̀. Kájọ fi push fún ìjọba Tinubu pé kó fún wa lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ wa pé kí Yorùbá máa lọ. Wàá wá rí pé o ò nídòwó yahoo. Wàá rí pé a máa dá Silicon Valley sílẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì. Tó bá mọ̀ tó ń pè ní Silicon Valley, béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀. A máa dá our own Google sí Ondo. A máa dá our own Microsoft sí Iléṣà. A máa wá ní fiber optic. A máa ní internet access tiwa. Then olówó máa jáde nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Tó bá kàn ríru Davido ó ń bọ̀ wá ṣeré ní London. Èmi náà máa débẹ̀. Wàláì púpọ̀ nínú wa àwọn program táwọn boys yẹn ṣe, which I am happy with them. They are doing very well. But don't expect them to talk about Yoruba nation. Ó jẹ́ kẹ́yìn náà lè sọ pé Wizkid ó ń bọ̀ ní Tottenham ó ń bọ̀ wá ṣeré. Báwọn bàbá tí wá ṣe ń ṣe lọ́jọ́ náà nìyẹn. Táwọn òbí bá fẹ́ lọ kọrin wọ́n máa ń wọkọ̀ tẹ̀lé wọn ni. Tí Ebenezer tí King Sunny Adé bá fẹ́ ṣeré ní Europe, àwọn bàbá tí wá máa ra ticket wọ́n máa tẹ̀lé wọn lọ pẹ̀lú owó tí wọ́n. Ọmọ kò máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ nísìnyí. It is because the Yoruba economy has been destroyed. And it is not an intention. It is a deliberate act. Pé kí a má lè rí ọwọ́ fi lọ sẹ́nu. And this is the reason why the future tá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí kò ń ẹlòmíà ni no a ti dàgbà tó now in tó bá ti mú ẹ tí ìsàlẹ̀ ti ń le tí ara ẹ bí obìnrin tí wọn náà ti ń pro tó ti ń rí òmùsẹ tó ń dìde òun ṣọmọ kékeré mọ́. So why are we telling lies? Bí gbà tẹ́ pé àmọ́ òtún sósì àṣìgbà tẹ́ pé nílàákàyè dẹ̀ nílàákàyè but à ń fi sentiment sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Koiki jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gba restructure náà. Wọ́n ò ní fún yín ní restructure olórí burúkú ní Northerner kí Tinubu pín kólúkálukú máa lọ. Tó bá wá fẹ́ dìjà, àkọ́kọ́ já gádà tó wà láàrin wa. Tá bá ti já gádà tó wà láàrin wa, then ká dẹ̀ ní private jet àtàwọn àwọn fighter jet tí Tinubu ti kó bí méjì mẹ́ta àti helicopter combat pilot. Ààrẹ ni tó lè wá. But táwọn náà bá ti mọ̀ pé a ti ní nǹkan ogun tó wà ní inú territory wa ní Ìbàdàn, tó máa jẹ́ bí base. Àwọn gan máa ṣe fún àwọn Arab country yẹn pé àwọn Yorùbá yóò nígbà o, because àwọn Arabs ń sọ fún àwọn Northerners pé àwọn máa back wọn tó bá di ogun, àwọn máa back North against wa, and ìjà tá a fẹ́ dẹ̀ lọ́jà ni pé kẹ́ lọ́jà kọ́ defeat yín kò ní bọ́ sí lágbára Ọlọ́run. But the tendency pé ìjà yẹn lè lọ too long, má rò pé Amẹ́ríkà máa dá sí. Amẹ́ríkà ẹlẹ́nu jáwánjáwán ni wọ́n, gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ. Àwọn ni wọ́n kọ̀bọ̀ fún Israel tó fi ń pa àwọn ọmọ tó ń pa ní Palestinian. Àwọn kan náà ni wọ́n tún sọ pé àwọn wá kí peace wà. Kò yé mi. Ẹ̀ ń kó ìbọn bọ́ǹbù ńláńlá l'Amẹ́ríkà ń gbé fún Israel tó fi ń bá gbogbo Palestinian tó fi ń bá wọn jà. Kò ń ṣe Hamas nìkan ló ń bá jà. I am here defending humanity. Ọ̀rọ̀ Hamas kọ́ lélẹ̀. Wọ́n ń pa àwọn èèyàn, orí ọmọ kékeré ń bẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹ wá ń sọ pé tó bá rò pé Amẹ́ríkà máa support yín, irọ́ ló pa. This is the reason why kí Tinubu ọ̀rọ̀ security kó má fi jáfara. Bó ṣe fẹ́ ra plane tó fẹ́ rà nísìn ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ni, because bí tí mo gbọ́ ni pé plane tí Tinubu ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn, mo kí ẹ Clement, plane tí Tinubu ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn plane yẹn ó lè má rí tó bá dé stage kan. Àmọ́ tó ṣe sí lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó lórí burúkú Buhari ló tán. So he has the right to change that aircraft for his own safety. Ṣé kí Tinubu kú ká wá máa rí Shettima ni? Do you know what that disaster is going to be like? So, ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ èèyàn ní tẹ́tẹ́ ń kọ́bọ, ẹ̀ ń wá slot, ẹ̀ wá kíní kan, ìyẹn lẹ ṣe attack Yorùbá nation. Ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Eléyìí ò ń sọ̀rọ̀ TikTok, eléyìí ò ń sọ̀rọ̀ Facebook. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìran wa là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ pé àwọn Arabs máa back Northerners against the South àti Southeast, especially Southeast. Ìyẹn làwọn Southeast ṣe ń prepare dáadáa because wọ́n ò fẹ́ afford láti jà tó máa dàbí 67, 68, 69, 70. Wọ́n máa jà to the final solution tí Biafra máa fi pull out. Tinubu has every right to release Nnamdi Kanu. But àwọn Northerners sọ pé àwọn Boko Haram tó ń surrender, Tinubu gbọ́dọ̀ gbà wọ́n mọ́ra. Do you understand what that means? Boko Haram tó pààyàn, tó jí wa gbé, tó gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa, about 120,000 Boko Haram. Wọ́n wá náà wọ́n surrender. And then the government will accept them. Pressure yẹn wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn Northerners, àwọn Sultan of Sokoto, àwọn ló ń kó pressure bá Tinubu pé àwọn ti surrender. Accept them. But má release Nnamdi Kanu, jẹ́ kó wà níbi tó wà. Mo ń ṣe spokesman wọn, mo kàn rán yín létí. But the fact remains is that ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation tá à ń sọ yìí, eléyìí ò ń sọ̀rọ̀ a máa progress nínú restructure. No, lè progress o. It's all lies. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré kátìkù àwọn Dawn tí mo rí lórí Punch newspaper. This was on the 12th of February this year. Ta ló mọ̀ Dawn? How many of you know àwọn tó ń pè ní Dawn? I'll tell you a little bit about them in just about a few minutes. Dawn stand for mo kí gbogbo lílẹ̀ nǹkan sí. Please share the program. Ẹ gbọ́ wọlé program yìí, ẹ share. Torí ẹlòmíì kò yé yín. Kò yé yín rárá. Dawn actually stand for about us, who we are. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ fún yín ní background about the Dawn Commission. And ní Bàbá kan pè mí láti Brazil. The amount of Yoruba that are doing very well around the world is unimaginable. But the fact is that àwọn èèyàn rò pé Nigeria tàwa nú ẹ̀ á fún wa ní progression. No, ṣe ó ń fún wa ní ṣe retrogression la máa pè à ń padà sẹ́yìn à lọ síwájú ẹ lọ bèèrè lọ Fáyọ̀ṣe even though pé olè ní gbogbo wọn náà. About the Dawn Commission. The Dawn Commission is the dedicated technocrat institution for the sustainable development of Southwest region. How are they going to develop when we are still under Nigeria? How? Okay. Our governors were, okay, retrogression indeed, Mr. Sheguano. Rather than us progressing, we are going backwards. Dawn is the development agency for the Western Nigeria. Kò jẹ́ kí Nigeria yẹn wà níbẹ̀. Imagine tó bá jẹ́ pé Nigeria kò sí láàrin wa mọ́. We have technocrats. Need láti ṣe lọ wá òyìnbó kankan. Yes, a lè engage wọn fún òkè afẹ́ṣe títì. Ṣé kí n sọ pé kọ́ lọ́n foríjì? Well, ayin tó bá ṣe ló máa lọ bá àbí. Wọ́n sì ń post Akérédolú. Ẹ máa wò pa Akérédolú kẹ̀. Òyìnbó ti kú. Àwọn kan sì ń lo handle lórí Instagram àti Facebook. Wọ́n wá post ibì kan tọ́nà lọ ṣe ní 5 years ago before he died. Títì tó ṣe. His picture was there. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ Betty yẹn olórí jágbàjàbá yẹn. Nígbà tí mo kí gbogbo yín ẹ má bínú, I'm not mentioning name but I'm just speaking comment as we go along. Sikiru bàbá wa ní all what is happening in Yoruba land is strategy of war. They are now taking advantage of food to frustrating the entire Yoruba land. Àwọn èèyàn ti ń bẹ̀ mí gan pé Koiki ò tí gbẹnu lé ọ̀rọ̀ GMO. Even though pé mo kò sọ briefly bí aláàárín ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí kọ́lọ́n kó fún mi ní strength kó fún alálàáfíà a discuss it. Bó mo rí pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bobby sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ tán pé ní GMO but I'm commented. That is a very valid point by Sikiru Adewale Sulaiman pé all what is happening now gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí is a strategy of war. Àwọn èèyàn sì rò pé ìbọn nìkan ló máa fi bá wa jà ní. No. Wọ́n ní cholera wà lÉkòó. Kí ló ń fa cholera? Gbogbo pito tẹ́ mú yẹn, gbogbo tiger náà tẹ́ mú yẹn àmọ́ pito tí ń bọ̀. There is a lot of problems in Yoruba land. As of today, what is the solution sí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣé cholera ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nigeria bí? Ṣé mo right? Ní Lagos State. Is it cholera? Is it cholera, right? Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ní strategy of war ní o láti destroy the food supply network of your enemy. Tá bá ti destroy supply oúnjẹ yín tẹ́ ní strength láti jẹun kí lẹ fẹ́ fi jà? Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí Dawn. Kò ń ṣe pé yes cholera ẹ ṣe gan ni. Okay. Keke Okozni is a globalist neo-concilier. Àwọn tó gbóyìnbó ní àkáwà law school. Okay, cholera náà ni. Kí ló ń fa cholera? Ṣé yẹ kí cholera wà ní Èkó pẹ̀lú gbogbo owó tí Èkó ń pa wọlé? But owó yẹn wọ́n jẹ́ kó rí lò. Bó ṣe ń dé ló ń lọ sí federal, wá ṣe wá yọ díẹ̀ fún Lagos State. À ń bọ̀ níbẹ̀. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Dawn Commission. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú Dawn. Lóòótọ́, most of the people want a country of our own. But ká ṣe máa sọ pé development agency for Western Nigeria could it develop? And nothing is going to come out of Dawn. They are making effort, but their effort is becoming fruitless. Because tí Dawn bá gbé plan, everything is planned. Tó gbé plan síta pé Oyo State Governor, I think we should connect Okeogun with a rail line into a hub of industries. Lọ́dọ̀ tiwa níbí báyìí, àwọn ibì kan wà, I'm sure it's the same thing in Canada and and the US. Tó bá ti wá àdúgbò yẹn, wọ́n máa ní ìjọ kan tí bá tún kémi máa ń káàkiri bí ó ṣe kémi ò níṣẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ support wa. Tẹ̀rẹ̀ ní fún wa ní náírà lẹ́nijọ́ mẹ́ta. Kí ló dé? Ẹ ń bá wa jà ní. Ojoojúmọ́ ni mò ń wá account kò sí náírà. Fún wa pounds, fún wa náírà. Ìbí náírà easy láti send sílé, fún wa náírà ká rówó lò náà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Fún wa lówó. Because without money, ẹlòmíràn ni Koiki lọ investigate, máa kọ́ máa rẹ́rìn ni. ká lọ investigate nǹkankan. So màá kọ́ gbá àwọn ọmọ dìde nísìnyí lọ investigate. And tomorrow, the Bamishe family are traveling again to the court. No justice here for that young girl. Bamishe Anyanwola. As I speak to you right now, there is still no justice. So the sister got in touch with me to remind me that they are heading to the court again tomorrow. So let's pray for the family. There is still a mother. Ìyá tó bí Bamishe, what were in their 70s. Ó ṣì wà láyé. Bàbá tó bí ṣì wà láyé. Bamishe was the young Yoruba girl, Yoruba girl that was murdered. She was not killed. Otoni killed, Otoni murdered. She was murdered right in the BRT in Lagos State. Sanwo-Olu, Olójúṣẹ́pẹ̀lẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mú ẹ lọ pa ni, ní tirẹ̀ tó pa. Mo ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Sanwo-Olu lọ pa sórí BRT, ní mẹ́ni tó pa. Amzat, deputy governor, tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ tí yín lọ pa, ṣé ní tí fún wa ní justice. Just abẹ ṣe wá justice fún èmi ò wá justice fún the other person, ẹ̀yin lẹ wá fún. Jọ èmi mọ̀ pé ní rí justice fún gbogbo wọn. But ìyẹn àpòàpà ni. Safety domain ni àwọn málà tó ń fi omi gọ́tà tó fi ń ṣe tomato yín tẹ máa gbé lọ́lé. Ẹ̀yin náà máa rinse díẹ̀, but kí la mọ̀ tó fi ń produce ẹ̀. Kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa. Ẹ tó bá fẹ́ fún wa ní support, especially naira wa, account details yẹn lọ́n fi síta yẹn. Èmi mo ní tí bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ account ẹ máa bá mi fi síta. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí Dawn. The Dawn Commission is a very beautiful platform, but the fact remains that they will not be able to do much because abẹ́ Nigeria ni a ṣì operate, even though they are meant to be independent within the Southwest. Now, tí Dawn bá ní Governor Ṣèyí Mákindé, engineer, mo sọ̀rọ̀ Takérédolú lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, títí Takérédolú ṣe, wọ́n náà mi ti gbé lọ. Báwo mo ṣe mọ̀? Ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn post, because sometimes you are talking, then something pops up again. Think of 5 years ago, Akeredolu was, commissioning this road. Ní ẹ̀kan bá comments abẹ́ pé which stupid road tó mi ti gbé lọ. Because kò ṣe pé kò sówó láti fi build the proper road tó lè charity tó bá ṣe ó gbọ́dọ̀ lè last, I don't know, 50 years. Kò máa maintain ẹni. Àìmọye ìgbà náà ti scrap títì ni mo tọ́ ti scrape ni mo fẹ́ sọ. M25 yẹn ó yí gbogbo London ká ni. The biggest kí ló máa ń pè tó bá get stuck báyìí tó bá dẹ̀ drive ó máa lọ fún tó bá ní small accident báyìí ó lè wà níbẹ̀ for 2 hours. Báwo lẹ ṣe máa ṣe títì tó yẹ pé within 2 years omi ti ń gbé lọ? Number 1, corruption wà involved. Number 2, wọ́n lo àwọn indigenous people láti lórí àwọn Dawn Commission yìí tí wọ́n ní àwọn tó ń pè ní technocrat láàrin wọn, àwọn engineers, àwọn tó kàwé dáadáa, àwọn tó lè ṣe research pé títí ta fẹ́ ṣe yìí ṣé a máa gbé afsat yẹn sọ́fẹ́ gbogbo àwọn tó máa ń lò yẹn, ṣé a lè gbé train kọjá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, ṣé a lè jẹ́ kó wọnú bí industrial hub tí wọ́n bá drive lọ lórí M1. Ìyá máa rí àwọn Amazon massive logistics center, ẹ máa rí Parcel Force, ẹ máa rí this Lidl, Tesco, gbogbo ibi tó ti máa ń load àwọn oúnjẹ yẹn jáde. There is a future for every one of us, the future that is bright, that we can also then help the next country. But should we remain in Nigeria, we would all suffer the consequences. Mo rí actress kan tó ń sunkún, wọ́n ti gbọ́mọ mi lọ minor ni o. So nísìnyí iṣẹ́ ń rí pé tẹ bá ṣe nǹkan èyí ṣe wá pariwo, ariwo táwa ń pa, ìjẹ́ ń bá wa dá sí, is entirely up to them. Now, according to the Dawn website, Dawn Commission was set up by the government of the Southwest state of Nigeria as the institutional and program management body to midwife their regional integration agenda. Ṣé agenda tí Dawn fẹ́ ṣe, is it the same agenda from the north? Is it the same agenda even from the east or the middle belt? Because tá bá fẹ́ ṣe agenda tiwa, àwọn náà lè máa sọ pé no, àfẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, because already they are part of us. Wọ́n máa ní, according to the Nigerian constitution, you have no right. And ṣẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ right kò ṣe right I posted something on my timeline. Mo fẹ́ lọ sórí ẹ jẹ́ n sáré lọ síbẹ̀. Today, èmi ò tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ní ó bọ́ sí 8 years ago today. And to follow me lórí X, you would have seen this post already by Rishi Sunak, our Prime Minister in UK. Rishi Sunak, ó jẹ́ kó yé Koiki àti àwọn ọmọ UK pé where is it? Rishi Sunak. Okay. I don't know why lórí page gangan. I don't know. Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak posted something some few hours this morning. 8 years ago today, I proudly voted for BRICS exit. While we deliver on the will of the people, Keir Starmer, in your Labour leader, try to reverse your vote. That is the difference between us. So in those 8 years ago today, the British people were given the opportunity to decide whether they want to remain inside the European Union or they want to exit. Why is it difficult to say to President Bola Tinubu, we want to decide whether Ama Waninu Nigeria or not. If we come out at any time, every one of us must come out to endorse and support the rally. Nobody should be given any excuses. Because send the work of anybody. Whatever and when that time happens, you should be coming out with your loved ones. And if they were abroad, you should be prepared to come out. It is important that this time around, we need millions of us on the street. Not 10,000, not 500,000. We're going to need millions of us. And if they feel boya Faith Intele was like APC machine, just come and join the Yoruba Nation movement when that time comes. You might be saying, but Koiki, let us just come out. Because we are a non-violent people. And we are not doing a violent movement. But we need the numbers. We need the numbers. The question of when there's going to be rally is not the issue. But rally Bamajadi, because everybody would know. I am just preparing your mind. But if they call it problem, prepare your mind to come out. There is no excuse for any one of us. But this time around, we need everybody to be out. One of the Birmingham West Midlands Spaghetti Junction Bridge and the road was first commissioned in 1972 and was being checked in 2021 for general inspection in a very strong structure. And Birmingham is another very black community, very massive. One in 1972, the Junction Bridge. They were first commissioned the Spaghetti Junction Bridge. So, Rishi Sunak, you had the privilege 8 years ago to decide your fate as a British citizen, whether to remain in the European Union or not. The decision was taken that you made the choice to vote against remaining in the BRICS exit in the European Union. He will not tell me to remain in Nigeria. But Eyitem believe in this institution, in the British government, to tell you from their lies that we should save Nigeria. Remain in the European Union, even though they were part of the founding fathers of the European Union. Clear. They were part of the people that founded EU. How come they are now, thank you so much, those of you on our Twitter space. Plan B, Muriembe. We're live on the MixLR and we still have 2 hours to go on there. Shout out to every single one of you. Happy Sunday. Yoruba Nation discussion is not a joke. It is not a mucky discussion. It's about the statistics, the numbers, the effect, the impact, the future. What do we really want? And who are we saving Nigeria for? Okay, Koiki, how do we do everything that you're talking about? It's a new system that is about to kickstart. Nigba Yoruba Nation, Kalo 1999 Constitution. Do you know that? Do you know that the Constitution is the first foundation of any country? Shout out to many of you that are in the platform. Egbawole share button, you're not sharing the program. Do you understand what I'm saying? That the fact remains is that if Dawn Commission is pushing for an agenda to bring a program, a development agenda, let me use that word, because they are there to bring development agenda for the Western Nigeria. Do you know that that is what Awolowo wanted to do? That was not allowed by the people that disagree with Baba Awolowo. And we don't disagree with Baba Awolowo. I want the evil people. I want Kenny Mani. I want Tiwari Awolowo. They are the West. The West, Gongoni. The West are the one that saw the future of the Yoruba people and decided that they would do every goddamn thing to destroy it. And they saw the same future, at least not to be biased, with the Hausas and the Igbos and the other indigenous people known as Nigerians today. But it's like, if you do not arrive in Europe or America, I will not be a successful person in this world. It should not be. There is always an hidden agenda from the day that they came to our territory and saw the beauty. How can they say they are owning or they own a territory and they are far thousands of miles away? First, they created that territory, and Dawn Commission now wants a full development agenda for Yoruba land. According to their Director General, Mr. Sheyi Oyeleye, is a leading diverse team of professionals saddled with mission of ensuring that the development agenda leads to the improvement in the well-being and quality of the lives of the people of the region. Have we seen any development or your well-being? I'm asking, has there been any development? I'm asking the question, have there been any development? Because the job of these is to support the governors in the Yoruba land, in the Southwest. Láti lè gbé development wá bá wa. But it seems that the development is taking too long, which doesn't have to. Because those that are even meant to give hand to the Dawn Commission are also thinking of Japa, just like I have done some 25 years ago. 25 years to Nigeria. Just like some have done in the 32 years, 40 years. And the new entrance to Shende, and they cannot even determine when they plan to go back. When we should all give hand to our governors in a Yoruba land to develop the space of Yoruba land, rather than going to United Arab Emirates and be looking for a job that is not there. rather than going through the desert in the hope that Tibade Cairo, Marisheshi, and you start crying because you realize that there was nothing there. The hatred of the Arabs against us. They want to push themselves as if they are Europeans. But what can you say Europeans? Africans, no. But do you blame them? When their own country works for their citizens, if Nigeria was truly working for us, we have no business to be going to Arab countries to look for jobs, not even the European or America. You can go there for holiday or business. If they're selling something that our own country is not selling, like my mom said, my mom was traveling to Cairo in the 80s. There's good to trade, there's good to travel, and there's good to explore. But what we have done in the last 20 years is that we have moved and moved and moved out of our territory. We cannot move everybody. That is why we still have about 30 million Yoruba people now languishing in poverty, that we, the diaspora, needs to make sure that at some point, if we want them to succeed, we've got to support them. And I mean support financially. Family, you would want to support it. But the problem is, Nigeria. That rent only effective for the next month. If you're one of those that are getting paid on a monthly basis, you have sent your whole salary or half of your salary to Nigeria for your house rent, you will not be able to catch up quickly because none of us have savings in this country. As we get it is how we spend it. So sometimes if I request pay for a low, I might wonder pé the next week auto someone for me, the thing go to fake gbà lọ. But àwọn tó ń tọwọ́ boríṣiríṣi kan wà nílùú yìí. Àwọn yẹn lè máa wò lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ya paper fún yín. But nínú the little táwa ní là ń send these very strong currencies, don't pè ní pound sterling àti dollar. And the dollar, how soon it will go down, I don't know. But dollarization is already going on as we speak right now. So when we send you this 50 pounds, it tends to give you a bulk money. It's because your economy is not strong to defend itself against these pounds or against this dollar, which is what is used as international currency. Does Nigeria have what it takes to crush this dollar? Yes. Do you understand that Saudi Arabia currency is very strong? Saudi ló ń back dollar, the petrodollar. Saudi ló ń back America. Àwọn ló guarantee America pé dollar la máa ná. Saudi ló ń back wọn. So when some of you don't understand how the world is operating, and don't commission wọn sọ pé àwọn máa gbé development agenda wá fún wa, how are you going to get that development, especially in a northern country called Nigeria, that the North, probably not all the Northerners, but the majority of those that are ruling us right now do not want such. And we are hoping that Tinubu would be able to stop it. But should we sit back and say, oh, Tinubu ma fún wa ní Yoruba nation, and we do nothing? It is now a countdown to the end of the month, in the 23rd day of the month of June. Tinubu has few more days to at least appreciate a leader of the movement and reply. If he does not, we will roll out and we'll be out on the street on a full rally, which is our fundamental human right. That is the only thing that we can use to engage the government moving forward. What would happen when we roll out is what I don't know in terms of the response of the government. But let me remind everybody that Tinubu was the father of protester. He was even pumping his money to make sure that Nedeco were pushing money into Nigeria during that era for protests across the Southwest. If nobody knows before, Shehu Sani confirmed it. Tinubu was on the seat. He did not deny it. So Baba Tinubu, we are going to roll out should you not. And even if you come out and say, you have seen it. No, we don't want to wait just you have seen it. We want the negotiation to start. I will need láti dúró fẹ́yìn pé ṣe tọ́ní in the next 3 years. We need the negotiation of the Yoruba people to pull out of Nigeria as swiftly as possible. Is it going to come easy? Should we be expecting anything? Ọmọ tuntun tó fẹ́ bí, you will prepare for a lot of things. Wàrà towel. Torí pé towel yẹn ó lè jẹ́ pé yẹn ló máa gba omi. Wàrà ogun. Because kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ bímọ tuntun, the wife needs to be given some kind of medication to stabilize her body, depending on tó bá jẹ́ pé ó bímọ yẹn ní by force. Wọ́n pa abẹ́rẹ́ kan ní àwọn tó bá jẹ́ nurse tó wà lórí program. Ẹ máa wọ́n dà pé Koiki báwo ló ṣe mọ gbogbo kìíní. Wọ́n pa abẹ́rẹ́ kan ní epidural. Ẹ sọ fún Tinubu pé kó má jẹ́ ká lo epidural. There's an injection called epidural. I am begging President Tinubu not to push that epidural will be used to deliver the baby. Which is why the world is a little bit concerned about the breakup of men. Àṣírí tó wà níbẹ̀ nìyẹn pé the world is concerned that there will be so many warlords lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Wọ́n pè injection kan ní epidural. Àwọn obìnrin máa mọ tí mò ń sọ. You are always giving that injection if the baby is not coming out. It's the last resort. But what most consultant never tells you that the pain will be there for a very long time. If this country dissolves within that kind of pain, it will be a disaster and a massive one. Tó bá mọ nurse lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé Koiki sọ òyìnbó kan lórí program ẹ̀. Record this section. Epidural ló ń pè. I just started now.
How do you just start it?
It's just 1 hour. I'll soon be done.
1 hour until you finish.
Maybe.
1 hour, it could be a long day.
It's not going to be.
It is.
All right.
And you're going to finish it on like Monday.
No. You okay?
Yeah.
I love you. You want to sing for me? You don't want to sing. All right, that's okay. Don't disturb me there, okay? So, let's move swiftly. We can see the trajectory of the way Nigeria is going right now. But everybody is just living in denial. Moriya yẹn tó ń pariwo lánàá, ó ti gba kẹ̀kẹ́ wọn.
Can you break bread and tea, please?
Go and call your brother for me. Wọ́n ti gba kẹ̀kẹ́ wọn, wọ́n ti ṣe kíní kan kíní. But ojoojúmọ́ ló ń gba kẹ̀kẹ́ àwọn èèyàn. Okay, Mr. Michael said, my wife had 2 babies through epidural injection. Àwọn ló lè mọ tí ìyàwó wọn go through nísìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bímọ yìí dáadáa ní àlàáfíà, ní a way that everybody will enjoy it. Tinubu, the president, Tinubu. I know the West are making a lot of effort to probably tell you, don't listen to Baba Akintoye. Mr. Michael Sokwe, my wife is still nursing the pain. We don't need an epidural injection before the birth of a baby is born. But a consultant will never tell you that it's very easy to get that injection. Within seconds, the baby is going to come out. But there's always a lasting pain for that woman. And that pain doesn't go away. I'm reduced, but at some point, they will always feel like, but again. Some of you don't understand. You think those politicians care. They don't care. They already have a lot of plan A to Z should things go the other way around. They would travel, they will run away, and they would leave us to all be killing each other, which we don't want. So that is the reason why you, me, must make as much effort to put pressure on President Tinubu and our politicians in the Southwest that we are failed, but we want to go out of Nigeria. An election is not going to solve the problem. Election is not going to solve the problem. If you're one of those that believe that every 4 years we should go into a kind of an election and elect our representatives and allow them to run the country, it will not give us anything more than more problem in the future. And the future we're talking about is just right on the corner. On the 12th of February, this article was produced on the Punch newspaper. Southwest needs new strategy to fight insecurity. Dawn Commission, Director General. You know that I've just talked about a brief of Dawn. But the reason why the strategy to fight insecurity in the Southwest is because we are still remaining in Nigeria. The day that we leave Nigeria, we will find a strategy and strategies, an agenda to protect the Southwest. We will still have pickpocket of this, that, but we would work with brains like you, like me, to develop a way to make sure that the insecurity in the Southwest will be the first paramount. So if you are still one of those that say, Koiki, well, there will be less security problem if we continue to vote every 4 years. We just need to have a new group of Yoruba people that can go in there and do a politics of Amalangbegiri. You will not succeed because you will come out being corrupt after the 4 years of your tenure. You will make money, and Bubunto Balo Sibek will feel change. They will not allow you to succeed. Even if you have a good intention, it is just the way the system is set up. Those of you on Instagram, we are 1 hour, and that means it will shut down, then I'll come back out again. So whether you are one of those that are just a mechanic, or you are just a trader on the side, or you are just working outside the country. Yes, the country is still operating as it stands right now, but Don says that the Southwest needs a new strategies to fight insecurity. I am asking, what kind of strategy do we need? It is strategy to fight the insecurity. What level of strategy? Dino continued to tell you how stupid we are by producing his small video of how he's lavishing and living a life in Dubai with a Rolls Royce his latest chick. I'm watching it right now. It's on his page. The same Rolls Royce that people are using for Kabu Kabu in some countries. The same Rolls Royce that can be used as you for whatever reason. But that is the way the system is. Do you blame him? No. We blame the system that allowed such to happen for a very long time. And this is the reason why that we are now saying that this system cannot continue like this. It needs to end. Don't allow any political analyst or any commentators in Nigeria, and especially the Europeans, to deceive us again that, oh, there is a future in Africa and that future is Nigeria. So they are the evil that first destroy the democracy that the Yoruba people were running before the 1914 amalgamation. That love and respect its people, that value humanity, and not like the one we saw in Lagos State, where an Okada Fulani were riding on a person and nobody dares move to find out what is going on. Just as you have been raped multiple times because of the economy that is not stable. Because hater or liker, Dr. Kemi Onoloyo, I learned a lot from her. She's very, very highly intelligent than most of you Gen Z. But you are putting the sentiment because she has issues with some of the artists. That is their problem. But just go and look at some of our write-ups, and you realize that people that have destroyed Nigeria, they're not allowed to. We have turned them to mini gods. She posted something yesterday that I'm going to just read to you. Let me read it to you. I just saw this one. She just posted this one 2 hours ago. And I'm reading this for the first time. Not the one, Timofeka Gongonlele. And this is talking about MK Abiola, the late MK Abiola. Chief MK Abiola is the only Nigerian citizen that entered America back and forth without a US visa. He worked at the ITT, a huge telecommunication company, which the military government accused him of being funded by the US government. The Nigerian government then branded him a spy, go and double-cross him in an ITT deal, helping to recover Nigeria's debt and never gave him shares. Fela also sang about him after some bad landline phones were shipped to Nigeria by Abiola, calling him international thief. My father told me his friend Abiola's biggest mistake was that he talked too much, which is something to learn, whatever you want to learn from there. But that is not what I wanted to actually give us. Let's go to this particular one that he actually, okay, Kilo Sonipa designing. All right, let's read this one because Desani, as you all know, I was able to see her, just like many of you were able to after I produced a very beautiful live and videos of Desani after she came out of the court, which she cannot hide anywhere, after she paid £70,000 for a bail condition. In the next 3 hours, Desani should be at home. She dare not leave her home after 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. because she's on a curfew. She's on a bail. She'll make any way not to be inside her house at 11. A bail condition will automatically be revoked and she'll be sent to prison until a court case comes up next year, November. That is the kind of system I want for you and me. Dezani Alesimaduke, a former oil, this is Dr. Kemi Oluloyoke. This is not the one I want to read, but I've just picked up another two that she wrote on her timeline. Dezani Alesimaduke, a former oil minister accused of massive corruption and fled Nigeria, once went to an IGP personal residence at 2 a.m. in the morning to report that one of his aides allegedly stole 5 million pounds from her home cash vault. This is how these people were living large. How many people remember that Ikoyi Gate, the money that was kept in a house, that the DSS said they were using it for operation? You can see that it is not today that money that has been meant to be used to look after me and you have been taken away. Let this system collapse and let nations be born. But a lot of you refuse to, because you think that your commentators, your analyses, and those that come in and talk about it, especially the evil Europeans from the IMF and the World Bank and the countries that are deceiving us, that Nigeria, the most populous black nation, it is a great nation. That does not give you a full access to even some of their system as of today. So let's continue. So she was crying heavily and distraught. The Inspector General of Police reportedly launched an investigation and the money was never recovered. 5 million pounds was stolen from one particular person's house. She ran out of Nigeria thinking that UK is a safe haven. But the National Crime Agency, and I'm quoting according to them because this is an ongoing court case and I got to be very careful, have now alleged that Dezani was involved in some crime that she needs to come and answer. She was brought to the London Magistrate Court last year. I witnessed it myself as a journalist here in the UK. For the very first time, as the court was on a break, I was looking at her, she was looking at me. And I was thinking to my head, so this is the woman that was that very powerful that I dare not stand that inch to her some years back in Nigeria. Do you know how that feel for me? So this is the person that many Nigerians have suffered from the crude oil sales and multiple other things, as 5 million pounds was stolen from Dezani's house, according to Dr. Oluwakemi Oluloyo. But you are quick to come here and make the same defendant for these criminals. We see how it goes. The aide, Soso Berelokon, nickname, almost my own nickname, White Lion, is now a big oil and gas businessman, an Instagram personality, and a close friend to the singer Davido. He could not be charged, arrested, or prosecuted as there was no proof when a thief was 3.1 million US dollars proceed of illegal awarded contract involving Dezani and Kola Aluko. Remember that I visited the house Sheyi Tinubu brought in London at St. John's Wood for $12 million through the back end from Kola Aluko. But kile yon mo Nigeria sọ fún mi, ẹni ọ̀tá ajé me, I don't want good things. Why should I be going in front of Sheyi Tinubu's house? He's a businessman, is this, is that. But yes, when you are running a monopoly system, you will be rich, just like your criminal Dangote and those that are running the operation in Nigeria today that doesn't give you access to become the same. So the U.S. Department of Justice recovered 53.1 million US dollars proceed of illegal awarded contract involving Dezani, Kola Aluko, and another aide and / business partner, Jide Omokere, the chairman of Atlantic Energy Drilling Concept, Nigeria Limited. The amount of the stealing and looting Nigeria has experienced is phenomenal. And I can go and look at the English dictionary because Dr. Kemi Oloyo is well read. You might not agree with her because you are in love with your artist, but she talks the truth that most of you will never understand. Let's look for the word
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Remarkably or exceptionally, especially exceptionally good. So Dezani and the rest of the politicians are phenomenally stolen so much from Nigeria. Imagine £5 million. What Jini what Dezani? God. And somebody will come here and say, shut up, Koiki. We can still rescue Nigeria. Chemape, I did not see this when I was putting my write-up. Who are we saving this shit Olori Buruku country for? Who are we saving it for? Talent save Nigeria for. That you think that you are so intelligent. Who are you saving Nigeria for? We're here now. Boshe Remito, I'm very, very tired today. I should not be running this program. But it's just a built-in passion that I have. And before I move further, let me appreciate my mom that took her time to travel. And I'm going to come back. Many billionaires got rich off Nigeria stolen oil money. Trust no billionaire. And let me appreciate my mom at least. And if you need to know what is going on, you know, ticket Nigeria. Now, this is the one that Kemi posted, Dr. Kemi rather. Because she does a lot of posting. It was yesterday. Listen to this again. Gen Z, you know the best retired investigative journalist Nigeria ever produced. This is not Choma's mom. I am not here talking about Choma nor the video. I care less about whatever is going on between them. I am more focused about some of the names that Dr. Oluwakemi Oluloyo is talking about. I'm not talking about Choma, neither am I talking about the video. But the names that we're going to be talking about will be reflected. But this is how she started the conversation. I am seeing that all over the X and the Instagram. I will now open the can of worms. Àwọn àrùn tó wà nínú wa tẹ́bi ń pa tó ń fìyà jẹ tó ń jẹkùn díẹ̀díẹ̀ láì gbàwẹ̀. This is Daisy Danjuma. I've never heard about her before. Daisy Danjuma, one of those that ruined Nigeria. She was in a picture that was posted with Davido and Chioma. So Dr. Oluwakemi Oluloyo is now saying, no, that is not Chioma's mom. Maybe ẹ̀yin lẹ ń rò pé Mama Chioma ni. That is another criminal Nigeria that have used Nigeria for their own selfish gain and within their own network, while you are there accusing us as we say we want Yoruba country. So let's read further. And I don't have to post the picture. You can go and see the picture. I am more concerned about the content of what she wrote rather than the picture. So let's go further. This is Daisy Danjuma, one of those that ruined Nigeria. She was a senator in Edo State. Rich people mingling. Everyone in this picture got rich with Nigeria's money. Now, I love her as well because let's focus on Daisy. She's not focusing on the video in that picture. Neither is she focusing on Chioma. But she says, let's focus on one person, which is called Daisy Danjuma. Money lórí program ni ma sọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria inú a máa rún ẹ́. Nigeria ni bọ̀bọ́ ìdẹ́ bàjẹ́ báyìí because that Nigeria is going down. How soon, I don't know. How fast, I don't know. But my education plus many other platforms like that would eventually allow you for your brains to be reset, that your future is blink should we remain Nigerian as against Yoruba people. Eshegoni, Bishop Additional, and I was listening to you while I was tired on the sofa when you were having your engagement with Baba Arole Tenten. This is Daisy Danjuma, one of those that ruined Nigeria. She was a senator in Edo State. Let me see if I can get a picture. Let's see if we can get a picture of her. Aha. Yes, I got a very nice picture of her, and I can use that as a background. These are criminals. That a lot of you, okay, what I'm going to do, I can see her with Sanwo-Olu. Okay, I can see her with our husband, Danjuma. And not the same Danjuma la man play. So, I say only ni gbogbo wọn. Danjuma ni, hey, Boko Haram, hey, get weapon, no. And not the Danjuma. They are all criminals. But you all love your criminals more than what we are discussing today. So I'm going to later on upload the full video that I'm doing on the laptop, which comes in a big screen. But for now, those of you on the watching me right now, you will be able to see the picture of these two criminals. Oh, Odroda Daleyimi. Those are the criminals. It might be no, I cannot show the back because it will be showing all my house, which you don't need to see. The Batifuani's full studio. And my son is using my laptop for a while, so support. Media is not cheap. Media is a very, very big time investment. It's not about small money. It's not about 10,000, 20. No, we need somebody that says, Koiki, buy $10,000, 10,000 pounds. Lo ma lo, kewari intamashi. But it is what it is. But we're grateful for those of you that continue to dip your hands every now and then. Those of you that doesn't know, just pray for me. That's all you need to do. We come me. Gbogbo attack tó bá ń fi ránṣẹ́ sínú ilé kó tẹ̀ má dénú ilé kó má padà lọ bá wọn. Gbogbo tó bá ń gbélé wa lórí àtèmi àtàwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ mi tájọ ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation kó má dọ́dọ̀ wa. That's all you need to do. Àwọn tó bá wá ní ẹ̀tọ́wọ́ bá pò ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Sister mi Ellen pè mí. Ẹ má bínú pé mo digress there. Wọ́n ní Koiki, as we're preparing for the next phase of the movement, do we have flags? Do we have this? Well, I was just a small number of pieces that I kept somewhere, That's all. Since the Yadagburu today, this and that. So at the end of the day, yes. Can you go and call him for me? Go and call him, tell him to calm down. So Abraham will listen. But eventually, whether you give us or not, the little I can do from this side, I am streaming on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 mobile phones, 2 laptops. That's 8 devices. So only ma carry gbogbo Nigeria and Timon Sheni biba, but on filter. Dear. Ita on shelon and over medias were on filter. So filter yen, when we are coming out for rally, it is entirely up to you to join us or not. I need láti bẹ anybody. Tí Nigeria bá gbé pẹ̀lú gbogbo tá tin sọ bọ̀ yìí, jáde. Àbí má jáde. Tó bá wá feel pé nǹkan sọ yẹn ó make sense. Tá bá ti jáde fún rally, ẹ̀yin náà fọwọ́ kún wa. Dàlúrú à ń béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni. Tinubu gan bàbá àwọn protester ni. So, I've given you the picture. What about now? Kilo Marafe, can you make it for him? And can you call your mom and find out what Mbolowa? No, they finished already. So, it might be no. So you've seen the picture, and let's go back to Dr. Kemenu Lawyer. On this criminal, Elemi Ogbori Okpe Daisy la ṣe ń sọ. Àṣé Daisy yẹn olè ní gbogbo wọn. Daisy Danjuma, one of those that rule Nigeria. She was a senator in Edo State. Rich people mingling. Everyone in this picture got rich with Nigeria's money. Let's focus on Daisy Danjuma. I call her out during the pandemic. I accused her of stopping all the COVID test kits and ventilators billionaire Jack Ma donated to Nigeria. Imagine Jack Ma. Jack Ma, Google it. I haven't got the time for that now. I want me to complain by this. I gotta have to go and sort them out because it won't stress me out. Jack Ma donated COVID kit at the ventilator. Wọ́n ní kò ní ìdẹ̀ fáwọn mẹ̀kúnnù, ẹ̀yin mẹ̀kúnnù ó ń pẹ́kẹ́ tó kú dànù, èmi kọ́ mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Daisy Danjuma ó hijack gbogbo ẹ̀, wọ́n pin mọ́ra wọn lọ́wọ́. I've read it before, so I'm just doing a bit of analysis around it. So, she clapped on them at the port. Nínú port ló ti gbà mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. Because she wanted the monopoly of contract to go to her company. Ó ní kí n shut up nígbà tí mo lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ṣèyí Tinubu ilé tó rà lọ́wọ́ Aluko $12 million. Wọ́n ti lé yẹn pa bí ṣe ń bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ní sí kò sẹ́yẹ tó ń gbé níbẹ̀. Ní London ní bíbá. Ní London táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń jìyà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bí ṣe ń bá ń sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n ti lé £12 million. Wọ́n ti pa. But nígbà tí mo sọ nínú Instagram ìyẹn tẹ̀ ló pọ̀ jù wọ́n kọ́mẹ́ǹtì pa síbẹ̀. Ó dé stage kan ìyá mi kan pè mí ó náà pa wà lórí ètò. Wọ́n ní Koiki àwọn kan ní sọ fún ẹ pé kò jáwọ́ ni torí bọ́ ṣe ń bú ẹ àwọn tẹ́ ń jà fún nìyẹn torí bọ́ ṣe ń àtàkẹ́ wọ́n bú ṣe gèsì mi lára. The word monopoly tẹ́ bá mọ meaning ẹ̀ ẹni tó bá ń lo monopoly ó máa wà ahead of the game ó máa outshine gbogbo tí àwọn tó kù bá jọ ń ṣe because ìyẹn ló ṣe ń pè ní monopoly. And that is the same word tí Dr. Kemi lò níbí báyìí pé wọ́n donate kit COVID kit fún àwọn tí ó máa lò nígbà COVID gbogbo COVID tá à ń sọ 3 years ago wọ́n wá ní ìyàwó Danjuma T.Y. Danjuma tó ń pè ní Daisy Danjuma ó dẹ̀ gbé ẹsẹ̀ lé gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣé mọ̀dí àṣé ó ní company tó ń ta oògùn bí àwọn pharmacies nǹkan kan ẹ gbọ́ nísìn. I pity a lot of you. How are you? Let's continue. She clamped on them at the port because she wanted the monopoly of contract to go to her company. Daisy was the chairman of May and Baker Company, who make pharmaceuticals, medical items, and beverages. Her husband is a military general who killed all the coup plotters in Nigeria, and he was the former chairman of May and Baker, got old and handed over to her wife, Daisy. The former chairman is known as General Theophilus Danjuma. He also killed my uncle when I was 2 years old in 1966. So, Sherikwe, we have been in perpetuous wow. What is suppress you are, what is subjugate you are, but ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń fún wọn ní support, tẹ̀sí support wọn Nigeria, ẹ̀yin lẹ́sìn jẹ́ kó máa breed. Níjọ́ tí gbogbo bá ti yọ, tá bá ti yọ ventilator tí Nigeria fi ń breed, tá bá ti yọ kúrò ó máa wálẹ̀. But bá ṣe ń pariwo pé Yorùbá nation, ṣé àwọn tó ń jalè yìí, àwọn olè yìí, ṣe lẹ́yìn kan tó ń fàtẹ́gùn sí pé kó lè máa exist. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń fàtẹ́gùn sí. Ọ̀rọ̀ 1966 la tún padà sí. Theophilus Danjuma ẹ̀kọ́ àtàrọ̀. Theophilus Danjuma dẹ̀ ló ń sọ fún wa pé wọ́n ti pa gbogbo yàn ní plateau ẹ lọ gbé bọ́n ẹ protect ara yín. Àṣé olè lòun náà. Always once a general is a general. They are all criminals. But nítorí pé ẹ̀yin kankan ní network sí wọn ṣe rò pé àwọn náà ni wọ́n mọyàn tó mọ Ọbásanjọ́. Èmi ò ní nọ́mbà wọn direct, but tí bá fẹ́ bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn tó ń ṣe tẹnu wà láìtàlá ìsímọ́bílá ìlàzíláhùà ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ wà ní Nàìjíríà. Tí bá pè wọ́n nísìn pé mo fẹ́ bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀ wá connect mi pẹ̀lú wọn lórí call. Ó mọ bàbá bíi délé nígbà tán ní Nàìjíríà àtẹ̀tí bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation mo wà lé nígbà yẹn àwọn ní bàbá travel wọ́n ṣàmú ọmọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn èmi wà ní Kẹjà wọ́n tẹ̀rẹ̀ pé mo ti padà sí London he was driving past he saw me he pull over ó ti padà lọ London kí ló ṣe ń ṣe Nàìjíríà wọ́n mọ̀ ó yẹ kó ti padà lọ sí London bí mo ṣe ń gbádùn ayé mi ní Nàìjíríà wá tẹ̀lé wọn délé called Obasanjo right on my phone on his phone rather but what we are trying to say is that the whole Nigeria military bàbá olè ni wọ́n supported by the West torí pé owó tó ń jí yẹn kò ń ṣe inú Nàìjíríà ló ń kó sí ọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n ló ń kó sí somebody like Bagudu olórí budget the minister for budget and planning lábẹ́ ìjọba Tinubu lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn òun ló bá Abacha kó gbogbo owó jáde kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà Bagudu Atiku not Atiku Abubakar o Bagudu Atiku the minister for budget and planning ní present administration so when some of you sit here and come and attack us mo máa wonder pé ṣé ẹ normal ṣé ẹ normal because tẹ́ bá yẹ pé èèyàn tó normal ni gbogbo tá à ń sọ yìí evidence wà níbẹ̀ èmi rí Dezani George sọ fún Dezani pé £35,000 tó fẹ́ kó sílẹ̀ ó kéré ìwọ̀kẹ̀ 35,000 ẹ mọ́lé tó ń gbé nílùú yìí wọ́n nílé tó ń gbé òkè ẹ̀ bí òkè lòun wà ní ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ wà nísàlẹ̀ I can't remember the figure tí bá pe bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn máa yẹn ìyẹn mọ ọkọ tí Dezani fẹ́ tó fẹ́ lọ́jọ́ àárọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n ní tí Dezani bá ń lọ sí ìlú ẹ̀ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn helicopter tó máa gbé débẹ̀ ó máa wà station ó máa lọ́jọ́ méjì ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ní helicopter yẹn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbéra tó máa fi padà sí Abuja Dezani yẹn lèmi wá rí ní court ó wò mí mò ń wò ó ń wò mí mò ń wò kò sí nǹkan tó lè fi mí ṣe ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà lélẹ̀ máa lọ dúró dè wọ́n níta and that is exactly what I did ó jáde báyìí security ẹ̀ tó bí àwọn security jàgbàlagbà àwọn ìyẹn ó sọ fún pé no just leave him wọ bí bàbá ẹ̀dá kó fọwọ́ kàn mí ìyẹn ní ó ti tó kí ní mo ń kọ́lọ̀ fún gbogbo alẹ́ mi gúngùn àjọ máa witness court case yẹn ní November àti tí kékeré máa dùn mọ́lé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni am I happy that he's in prison? Yes, I'm happy torí olórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn ó fẹ́ yọ kidney oní kidney ó fẹ́ gbé fọ́mọ tiẹ̀ ẹ mọye kidney tó ti yọ dànù àwa sọ pé ó kú síbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ti yọ òdòdó ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n ti yọ kidney dànù continue to support all these criminals ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sọ́dọ̀ Atiku tá à ń kà lọ yìí jẹ́rìí pé nǹkan kan gbé wa débì kan ni meeting tó yẹ kí n attend gan I couldn't go anymore but màá gba update lọ́wọ́ àwọn ti US ìlànà àwa máa jókòó 2 hours máa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí mọ̀ tí mo ń sọ ni mo lẹ́ ń sọ yẹn so gbogbo tí mo ń sọ pé wọ́n jówó ìwọ lè defend wọn àbó o lè kick wọn out so onírú owó tí o lè fi kick àwọn olórí burúkú yìí out ó ní ṣe o fẹ́ lọ ṣe politics ṣe onírú owó tó fẹ́ lọ fi bá wọn jà mo ń bèrè ní o mo máa jẹ local government chairman wàá lọ dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n máa gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ẹ wàá dẹ̀ mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ èèyàn tó ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn ló ń mú so why then do we want to so ìyẹn mo máa ń bèrè question yẹn pé ta là ń save Nàìjíríà fún gangan who ẹ sọ fún mi ta là fẹ́ save who are we saving this country for okay ẹ̀ ń save ẹ̀ fún ṣé mọ̀ pé bèbí yóò ti kú òun àti Davido ló ya picture láwọn èèyàn ní màmá Chioma ní Olúlọ́yọ̀ òun dẹ̀ good ó ní eléyìí ò ń ṣe màmá Chioma olè tó ń pè ní Daisy Danjuma ìwọ wà nísìn ọmọ ẹ̀ ń jìyà ìwọ ń jìyà adẹ̀ ń sọ fún ẹ pé in tó lè mú kí gbogbo ìyà yẹn kó dẹ́kun díẹ̀ orí pé ká kọ́kọ́ atẹ́gùn tó ń fẹ́ sínú Nàìjíríà yẹn ká yọ ventilator wèrè kúrò ó máa affect America ni kò sí tó kàn wá because America ò ní interest wa gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ UK ò ní interest wa èmi jọ ń gbé pẹ̀lú wọn ni so what else are you waiting for ṣé àwọn ilé ìbáná àwọn ọmọ pé wọ́n ń jí owó ṣé mọ̀ pé Ọbásanjọ́ negotiate pẹ̀lú Bagudu nígbà tó máa gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ padà ìyẹn ni kò ṣe prison ó ṣe governor nílẹ̀ north ó tún jẹ minister lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn ṣé mọ̀ pé táwọn tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn náà ń dúró pé kí Tinubu ṣe tán kó lè wá di president kí agenda tí wọ́n sọ pé kò lè bọ́ sí kó wá bọ́ sí máa sọ pé dey play kó jókòó sórí TikTok kó máa wo lẹ́gẹ́ mo wo títí lánàá ó lè pààyàn brother yẹn mo rírú ẹ̀rí mo wo fídíò ẹ̀ kan lóru àná mo rẹ́rìn-ín mú ìfẹ́ bọ́ lẹ́gẹ́ Miami òròpọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gẹ́ Miami lásán à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìran Yorùbá tó wà backward tí wọ́n ti kó sínú wàhálà tí a bá jáde nínú ẹ̀ tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán tí Nàìjíríà ò bá ti pín which I do not pray for ọmọ gbogbo wa máa jẹ breakfast gidi máa sọ pé dey play oúnjẹ ló fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn sí bí àṣà Bobby òun náà ṣe program ìyàwó ẹ̀ bí ata ló ń dín ni tó fi ṣe léṣe sínú ilé tí wọn náà bá ti ń dín ata tíyàwó ẹ̀ ń dín ata tó dẹ̀ ń gbádùn nínú ìjọba Tinubu má complain má gbádùn ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí átíkù yẹn ààrẹ ni fún wa náírà kọ̀tà bá ti rí náírà àti rí notification yẹn ni fún wa náírà àbí kò wọ́tẹ̀ ní táwọn sọ látàrọ̀ wọ́tẹ̀ àbí náà táwọn ọ̀rọ̀ owó jí ẹ̀dẹ̀ fún wa lówó fún wa lówó ọdún ààrẹ ẹ̀ fún wa lówó ẹran kí ló dé ẹ̀ ń bá wa jà ní gbogbo orí ètò ká máa sọ pé Kóìkóyà 100,000 nìyẹn ìdí jùsà kọ́ńtẹ̀ kò fi ṣe weekend fáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ kí wọn náà dẹ̀ support àwọn family nílé àbẹ́yàn pé mo ní family nílé mo ní family tó tóbi ní mi let's go back again. à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Daisy Danjuma ìyàwó Theophilus Danjuma tí sista Dr. Olúwakẹ́mi Olúlọ́yọ̀ ní òun ló pa ọ̀nkú òun Dékúnlé Fájuyì nígbà Western Region Administrator ẹ̀lẹ́kàkàbẹ̀rẹ̀. Theophilus Danjuma also killed my uncle when I was 2 years old. Èní kọ́lọ́ ti ń pa Yorùbá. Èyí wá ní wọ́n pa Bíọ́lá ní 1990 something. Wọ́n ti ń pa Yorùbá bọ̀ kò fi ṣe lánàá. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ìran kan ló fẹ́ pa Yorùbá. Gbogbo ìran ló fẹ́ pa wá. We are fighting multiple forces. But àwọn tí a sì rí pé eléyìí fẹ́ dàbí ìgbà tí wọ́n ń pa wá dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé ẹsẹ̀ lé ká yọ ventilator. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní ká máa fàtẹ́gùn sí. Ẹ̀ ń fàtẹ́gùn sí Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń bíìdì wọn jáde and that is why wọ́n lè fi ọ̀kadà àwọn Fúlàní ní Èkó wọ́n wá sọ ẹni yẹn di punching bag wọ́n ń gàn ọ̀kadà lé lórí wọ́n ń drive ẹ̀ lọ báyìí ó tí ì rí fídíò yẹn lọ wá lórí social media wà rí mẹ́. My uncle Dékúnlé Fájuyì, the Western Region Administrator, was hosting the head of state Aguiyi-Ironsi at Ibadan Government House when Theophilus Danjuma and his army boys took both leaders, tortured and killed them on the bushes of Iwo Road. It's Iwo Road yẹn náà ni. Popular Iwo Road yẹn ó lè ti develop níwọ̀nba smelly tí Ṣèyí Mákindé engineer tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àbí. O rò pé ní lọ́ ti ń pa wá ni. Olórí burúkú Britain ló gbé agbára lé àwọn olòṣì lọ́wọ́ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn tó fi lè rí agbára yẹn lò. Koiki a máa lọ ṣe election a máa defeat wọn ní àwọn wo ló fẹ́ defeat àwọn wo ló fẹ́ defeat how ọ̀nà wo ló fẹ́ gbà defeat wọn ṣé wọ́n tó tẹ̀ tí jẹun kánú ló fẹ́ defeat wọn ṣé wọ́n tó tí jẹun kánú ló fẹ́ lọ defeat wọn how ọ̀nà wo ló fẹ́ gbà mọ̀ ń bí ẹni o ọmọ ẹ̀kẹ́ mi ò kàwé bí àṣà Yorùbá wuyì I no go school we are living in denial knowing the truth but wọ́n ní olódodo òun ló wá di ọ̀tá yín olóyè wá jáde òun wò pé yes òun báwọn olóṣèlú ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ náà wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú wọn mọ́ ìyàn mí pé wọ́n níjọ́ rẹ̀ àwọn kan ní òṣèlú rí náà nǹkan kọ́kọ́ ni gbogbo àjọ ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ni bàbá Akíntóyè jáde pé n tó ń ṣe yìí òun ṣe ni lọ́ ti ń ṣe. It was Theophilus Danjuma that killed Dékúnlé Fájuyì and the head of state. They took them to the bush on Iwo Road. Danjuma then radio Olórí burúkú Yakubu Gowon kò ní kú síbi táṣù ẹ̀ wà. You can see that we have been. Do you know that Yakubu Gowon ló ń gbé Bible kiri nísìn? He's moving around with Bible looking for peace. Our Nigeria now history is a good thing. And they took away that history. History. That is the reason why they remove history from the school curriculum. Because imagine if we have known all these, we probably would have àti lagimọ́ Nigeria lórí tipẹ́. Let me read that part again. Theophilus Danjuma also killed my uncle, not my own uncle. Dr. Oluwakemi Lawyer is the one talking about her uncle that was killed when she was 2 years old. Do you know, even though if she's still very young, at least almost a phone, because 2, she probably doesn't know anything that much. But her father, do you know Olulayo families? The father is a very brilliant in mathematics. The former governor, I think during that time as well, whatever. Theophilus Danjuma also killed my uncle when I was 2 years old in 1966. That 1966 is when they were preparing for the war that British invaded the Biafra land. This time around, blood will be for blood because the Biafra Biafra wants to go home. They don't care whether if Nigeria scatter, consign them. I will see the notification. That thing continue 2 hours. Whoever that is, definitely you're watching the program. I've seen your notification. It has come through here. We appreciate every single one of you. Call it Bright Raja says, Sikiru Adewale, yes, you are right, Koiki. This is not how Obafemi wanted it. No, I won't comment on that. I hope you're feeling the energy. You imagine what was happening from 1966. Do you know what has happened? This was 6 years after independence because the British kept the North to control the military. And will not control military. So when you control the military, then you will use the military the way you want it. You will use it the way you want it. Because we knew that the British rigged the election in 1959. We didn't know before, but we knew later that they rigged the election to favor the North against the Southwest and the Southeast and the other indigenous people after they've done their fraudulent amalgamation. So you can see that we have been marginalized as Yoruba people, but our Yoruba not actually keep Nigeria. We have to say the truth. It is the Yoruba people that is still holding on to Nigeria. Because anywhere you go, but because Taba push it away. Hey, Koiki, no. Let's push like this. No, you are Libra. You are Aniki Bobuwaka come together in one uniform and remove the oxygen that is making Nigeria to breathe. Remove it. If it's going to be painful, so be it. I should go on a hand. 2,000. And for me, 2,000 here. Thank you so much. If I have 100 people giving me 2,000, I'll be able to do more things. Flyers, I'll be able. Our new website is out. It's called Koikimedia International News. Just pay a visit to it. Some of you have seen the link. If you have seen the link, and tell me how the platform looks like. I was going to be showing it on the software, but maybe tomorrow, time I'm about to lost my laptop low. Do you understand? Are you enjoying this program? If you're enjoying it, just say yes. There's nothing good than knowing your history. Miss Babami Moses, I've not been reading comments. Dr. Omololu Oluloyo was a commissioner for education in the 60s, from 1966 to 1979. He passed his PhD degree exam in 1962 at the age of 26 years old. Is she going to enter your before? Alpha.
We make this.
Britain ti kó wa ní mugun. Wallahi, tallahi sima billahi la zila huwa. Britain ti gbé wa ní mugun. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kà tán délẹ̀. Ó ti gbé wa ní mugun. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ogun ẹ sọ pé yes, that means pé ṣe wà lórí ètò pẹ̀lú mi. Thank you so much, those of you on the Twitter space. You are so many of you. Please share it and let people know the history of that shithole country that some of you wants to save. So then, after they were tortured and killed at Iwo Road, Danjuma now radio Yakubu Gowon, the same Yakubu Gowon, that criminal, Yakubu Gowon, to tell him that the job is done. Yakubu Gowon will probably then phone Britain and say, the job is done. That is how they were operating. Then simple rhymes of, wow, PhD at 26. Yoruba, Olódùmarè fún wa ní money. Ẹni tó kàwé, tó ń tàbí tó ń ṣe business, ó yẹ kó ti prosper. But ìtorí bí nǹkan ṣe rí nílẹ̀ ṣe progress. 26, yes. Imagine somebody attaining PhD at the age of 26. That is Kemi Olúlọ́yọ̀'s father. Brilliant in mathematics. Easy. Ti dá mi lóhùn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo rí Kúnlé Bakers. If you want to give us a super chat, you can only do it from the backup channel of the YouTube. Koikimedia, we don't have any monetization on that. Let's continue. T.Y. Theophilus Danjuma. Because if I say T.Y., some of you don't know it. Theophilus T.Y. Danjuma. He now, Moki Agbeloba, Baba Timothy. Over radio, Yakubu Gowon pe, job is done. Yakubu Gowon will probably phone Britain and say, job is completed. Because that is the way they were operating. Then Gowon then became the head of state. Gowon then pushed the war with the support of the British. Do you understand what I'm saying now? You can see that trying to remain Nigeria is a death trap. Gowon then became the head of state. Nigeria has always been in a Milocom mode from independence. And he said, Dr. Oluwakemi Olúlọ́yọ̀, regardless of how you disagree with her views, she's highly intelligent. Only Nigeria has always been in a Milocom mode from independence. T.Y. Danjuma killed Colonel Dimka during the Murtala Muhammad assassination. Like the next day, he was the defense minister of Nigeria from 1999 to 2000. We now went and bring the same criminal, Obasanjo tó wá lọ gbé T.Y. Danjuma wá, ẹni tó ti ṣe jàmbá, because they are all the same cartel. And that is exactly what Showore was saying in the podcast he had with Seun Okinbaloye. You can see that the whole structure of Nigeria, all of them now are in their old age. Yakubu Gowon kò ní lè jẹun mọ́ nísìn. Bí ẹja tó máa jẹ gan wọ́n máa lọ bí pẹ̀lú blender. A máa dàbí omi ni, kò ní lè jẹ kò sẹ́yìn mọ́. Babangida kò ní dìde lórí wheelchair yẹn. Ẹsẹ̀ yẹn máa paralyze títí tó máa fi jáde láyé ni. Kò sí, ó ti náwó, ẹsẹ̀ yẹn ti paralyze. His leg is gone. And there are so many of them like that. So, like OLAKUNLE say, Nigeria just keep recycling, not just the old structure, the military cabal that are operated in Nigeria are the same set of people that now come out, like Buhari, dead or alive, that Obasanjo, no, that Tinubu went and brought back. Just like Obasanjo brought in T.Y. Danjuma. Tinubu fi owó ààrẹ, ó lọ fi wá wàhálà lọ gbé Buhari wá. Am I communicating? Ṣorí pé àbára wájà. Ṣe rí pé nígbà tí mo ti bú yín mọ́ nísìn, ṣe rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ń lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀, but má wàá defend wọn torí màá bú ẹ. Ṣe rí pé the whole structure of Nigeria caricature, ṣùgbọ́n ṣàdé bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá ti ní network. Daisy Danjuma olórí burúkú olè, ìyàwó Theophilus Danjuma tó pa Colonel Kúnlé Fájuyì ní 1966, ọmọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n máa pa wá Koiki, àwọn military pa wá kò ń ṣe lénìí, but we need millions of us to be out when we are out on the street. Káwá wo mélòó ló fi pa this time around. Because this time around, is not 1966. That is why the Biafra, mo máa ń sọ pé Biafra, wọ́n máa tátán délẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó ń bọ̀. But all these does not need anybody killing each other. A kàn ní láti jókòó kí Tinubu sọ fáwọn náà ti pé bọ́rọ̀ ṣe ń lọ yìí, Nàìjíríà ò lè work mọ́. Kólúkálukú máa lọ. Because kò mú development wá. Ó slow gbogbo nǹkan down. So, according to Kemi Olúlọ́yọ̀, Dr. Oluwakemi Olúlọ́yọ̀, Nigeria has always been in a Milocom mode from independence. Theophilus Danjuma killed Colonel Dimka during the Murtala Muhammad assassination, like the next day. He was the defense minister of Nigeria from 1999 to 2003. Do you know that when I was doing that program, Team Osho Military, Friday program here, I did a program back to back. Mo ṣe kan mo tún jáde mo tún wọ uniform àwọn military mi. Tí mo ní pé gbogbo wọn bó ṣe jí owó tó di olówó nínú Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. He was the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff also between Monlo, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Moi. He was also the Chief of Army Staff, Theophilus Danjuma, from 1975 to 1979. I was a journalist who exclusively reported to Nigerians that Theophilus Danjuma was detained in a plane arriving in Abuja by the DSS on the orders of Buhari, dead or alive, after he spoke at a graduation where he told the audience on a live TV that the army and the police were responsible for the killing Nigerians and everyone should harm themselves. That video is still very popular, but he is also another one-time criminal. It was my writing tribute. Okay, no. What I specifically reported was the fact that the late COS, Abba Kyari, that Olori Buruku Fulani man, saved him from Buhari's hand. It was my writing tribute, Abba Kyari, who was a compassionate man. See the drama between these generals. Let's come back to Daisy Danjuma, the wife of the Theophilus Danjuma. Let's go back to Daisy Danjuma. She used her monopoly connection to get those COVID test kits to the rich and the famous and their inner cycles during the COVID, first before the Nigerian masses, who the China billionaire actually sent them to. A former Northern First Lady told me how she went to pick her own share for her state dignitary. Daisy Danjuma, the wife of Theophilus Danjuma, maiden name is Haniri, Hanira. She was the Minister of Health, She was the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage, Ahaniri's sister. And what the Osage? I think Osage was during Buhari. See connections. Many of you never donate to investigative COVID-19, but I was giving you the best and the most thorough COVID update. That's Kemiolu Lawyer. Always wanting the news, but never supporting independent journalists. Just like Bawa Nashin Solo Jumo. Because this analysis, you will not get it anywhere from your mainstream media in Nigeria, because if they do, they are likely to be taken out. Now, let's come, because this program will not be more than the end on this thing, because I'm not that feeling that strong. So let me just go straight a little bit on the Southwest needs new strategy, just a little bit out of it. Then probably in 12 minutes, I will end the program, because going to be more strong for long. In this interview, the Director General of the Development Agenda for Western Region Commission, Sheye Oyeleye, tells Adiola Adegbite the causes of the current insecurity in the Southwest. What are the new things the Dawn Commission wants to bring to the table this year? Well, as you quite know, at Dawn, we work assiduously for the development of the Southwest region. All we do is Southwest development, nothing else. In 2019, 5 years ago, we conceptualized the ideal of the Western Nigeria, a security network that we now call Amotekun. And by the grace of God, in the last 5 years, no one has come round to say something else. The fear some people expressed then was that the governors will misuse it, or it will be an army for the Yoruba. It was not materialized because we conceptualized that idea, handed it over to our governors, who graciously implement it properly. Apart from Lagos State, Olori Buruku Sanwo-Olu, bomb bastard, will implement Amotekun. They left Amotekun not to operate in Lagos State. And we have seen the result of kidnapping and killing in Lagos State. There is a lot of beauty in his mechanism that ensure that it will not be ambushed by anyone. So we did all that, and today we are proud to see Amotekun growing. Maybe only a Keti that push Amotekun. Yes, there might be itches there and there, but of course that is expected of a toddler that is growing. But apart from that, by large, it has been a success story with Amotekun, particularly in the state that have adopted it. Lagos does not have Amotekun at the moment. We know for some reasons, particularly because they have the Lagos name. Defending one with Aman Binu Sirawanoni. Nonsense. What do you mean they have the Lagos neighborhood? So if they have a Motekun and the neighborhood watch, what do you mean? Do you understand what I mean? Okay, I'll comment Lori Kilimu follow it. He also refused to leave because he said the Northern Army will not take order from him. I've missed some of the comments there. Lagos is Amotekun. They will never say one in neighborhood watch. Defending nonsense. The challenges we are facing now have again been brought up new ideas. As a development commission, we need to also think out of the box. There is no thinking out of the box should we remain Nigeria. Eshigoni, Mr. Salisu Babatunde, I will appreciate many of you now because I got to go now. There is nothing that we can think out of the box because the security will not propel very well if we remain in Nigeria. We got to be out of Nigeria for the agenda of the dawn to be fruitful. And I know that we have, technocrat professionals among every one of them. But as it stands right now, Dawn Commission will just be doing meeting, this, that, and nothing seriously will come out of it because gbogbo agenda tó bá push out as long as táwọn not bá ti rí pé okay ṣe rántí pé Garba Shehu olórí burúkú tó bá Buhari ṣiṣẹ́ ó ń sọ fún Akérédolú pé kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó lọ ra ìbọn fún àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn pé ṣakabula ní kó máa gbé káàkiri. Why the criminal terrorist jihadis were moving with AK-49 and RPG. Garba Shehu ló sọ fún mo ti ń wẹ látijọ́ Ìkúnlé Bakers àrèwó látọ̀dọ̀ láti tójọ́ mẹ́ta. Thank you so much my brother. Kò ní tán níbẹ̀ fún brother mi. Garba Shehu ó ń pàrokò láti Abuja fún. That is why I'm looking at Tinubu. Sometimes mo máa wonder pé ṣé Tinubu ni president ṣá? Are we sure that President Tinubu is the president? Because àwọn àṣẹ kan wà tèmi ti expect pé kó máa pa kó ká máa rí impacted bó tó fi fọgbọ́n ṣe àbí. Nàìjíríà ò ní ìpín kó fọgbọ́n ṣe bọ̀ mo mọ̀ pé àwọn West ló ń sọ fún Tinubu pé kó slow down. Even if it has any intention, don't trust anyone of the Western world. And evidence have shown ṣé Patrick Lumumba tó pa la fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí Tinubu gan bá ní agenda àfi kó gbé sábẹ́ ẹkùn òun àtàwọn iná kakọ̀sẹ̀ nìkan ni kọjọ máa sọ bò kó má yẹ kó pẹ́. Ìyẹn làwa ṣe ń sọ pé àwa o àwọn kan ní kó kú ní tó bá kú ó dá ṣètì máa débẹ̀ bọ̀ lẹ́yìn ká da gbogbo ẹ̀rú nìkan lóko ká kọ́kọ́ ká já gbogbo ẹ̀ dànù lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ bọ̀ wáyé tó wà ń bẹ̀ kó tó ní ti ìlànà ti Yorùbá torí alọ́pọlọ kó pè àwọn ọba wa kó jẹ́ káwọn ọba lọ ṣe announcement yẹn kírọ̀ ní jáde kábíyèsí Elédùmarè Ọ̀jájá the second kàn ní wá pàṣẹ fún wa pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dúró bàbá ńlá èèyàn kan ò tún sọ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò dúró mọ́ sì get me kí gbogbo àwọn ọba yẹn jáde látẹ̀ní lọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá di ilẹ̀ tó di nation tiẹ̀ power àwọn ọba pọ̀ àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọba wa get nǹkan tí mo sọ kí Tinubu kọ̀ lọ whisper sí Ọọ̀ni létí Àkárìgbò gbogbo wọn àwọn ọba yẹn mo mọ̀ nípa Olúwo torí àwọn tó ń ṣe yẹn kó lọ whisper sí gbogbo àwọn ọba yẹn tó bá di jọba ẹ̀yẹn kọ ẹ pé kéré o ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dúró látẹ̀ní lọ ó di ìlú gbogbo in tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà ó expire látẹ̀ní lọ. Kílẹ̀ rẹ̀ wáyé ní màmá ṣe àwọn bá wá ti sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. This is possible. Orí akọ̀ máa ta gbogbo àwọn West ni èyí tí kò wáyé wọ̀ ni pé ṣé mo kó wọlé lọ di commissioner wa àbí ambassador wa nílùú kan ẹ rò pé ok mélòó lèmi fẹ́ jẹ́ ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dà ká bá fèmí ní position ìwọ náà kọ́ ṣòro kó lè gba position àbẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ ẹnu mi rò pé bóyá wà nìkan la máa jọ jẹ kínní gbogbo wa lájọ ní. Do you know the kind of what will be the benefit for everyone? Irú gbogbo dọ́ọ̀nù tó ń pariwo yẹn nísìn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe recruitment sójà Yorùbá ọlọ́pàá Yorùbá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe training àkọ́kọ́ defend gbogbo territorial borders wa a ní good relationship pẹ̀lú Benin àwa la ní mo ń ṣe lè tí mo understand tí Tinubu tó kọ̀ ti Benin Republic mọ́ wa létí ọ̀dà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń kí mọ́ sí mi náà àbí ọlọ́kí olóyè Ìgbòho ẹ̀ka pátíkù yẹn kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Benin ní màá kí gbogbo yín ká tó máa lọ kọ́mẹ́ǹtì pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ǹkan sí lot of comment ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí tẹ́ẹ̀bà mọ wẹ́bsáìtì yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí www.koikimediainternationalnews.com. The link will be shared out again on the comment section. So ẹ bá wa lọ síbẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí láàyò ẹnì kankan sílẹ̀ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ káwa jọra wa lójú iṣẹ́ ta gbé dání iṣẹ́ ìlú ní iṣẹ́ ayé ni spiritual fight ló pọ̀jù náà ẹ̀ ọwọ́ ayé ò ní mú wa ọwọ́ ọ̀tá ọ̀dẹ̀ ní mú wa gbogbo àwọn ìyá wa ẹ má fi àdúrà sílẹ̀ fún wa they are trying but àdúrà yín ó stop ẹ̀ ẹ má gbé ìṣẹ́ àwọn ìyàwó mi náà wọ́n dákẹ́ o àwọn náà dákẹ́ but ẹ̀yin ìyá wa ẹ má gbẹ́sẹ̀ kúrò orí gáàsì tí ẹ fi ń ṣàdúrà fún wa kò ń ṣèmi nìkan gbogbo àwa tá à ń pariwo ẹ wọ ọmọ Luka ní last week he had an accident could have been worse. àwa kọ́ ni actor àwa kọ́ jẹ́ agbẹnusọ fún ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá actor gangan lolóyè àdẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ shielded from all the criminals. so ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ka article tó jáde láti Koikimedia nípa ìrìn àjò tí mọ̀mísìmí àtàwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn tó lọ kí olóyè Ìgbòho ní ìlú Benin Republic. If you have not seen that article, I will tell you now what transpired. So ẹ lọ sórí website ẹ ká lọ wo báwo ló ṣe rí ṣó wà okay ṣé à ń gbìyànjú. We need a lot of work. I need laptop. We need things. We need a lot of things, but àwọn máa ń dàbí pé èèyàn kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé we need a lot of things. Media is 24 hours. I have a strong team, but if they're not well equipped, kí n bọ́ ní átíkù yẹn wà gbọ́n máa ti wá tètè rí báyìí. Ti wà lórí blọ́ọ̀gù wa. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí ní méjì mẹ́ta lọ́mọdé lágbàlagbà láì yọ ẹnì kankan sílẹ̀. Gbogbo yín pátá ni mo sọ pé gbogbo àkúrọ̀jú ti ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wá bá wa dáwó sínú 10 ọ̀ràn míyàn. Ó wà straightforward 10. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí wẹ́bsáìtì ysdm.org. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tí ń ṣe ẹ má gbàgbé every month ni o kò ń ṣe pé after ẹ̀mí ti article yẹn so màá share link article yẹn náà fún àǹfààní ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá fẹ́ lọ kà lọ́dọ̀ ara yín náà. So article yẹn lélẹ̀. So that is the article that was released. Akí olóyè Ìgbòho àti rán lórí platform wa àti rán mọ̀mísí wa lọ sí Benin. Ẹ jẹ́ yọ picture ẹ jẹ́ gbé picture lórí ìsìnkáyọ̀ ti díwà Danjumọ̀ lórí burúkú kúrò lẹ́yìn ìjà rẹ̀ tẹ̀tí gbàgbé síbẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbé picture olóyè Ìgbòho wa. Lánàá ṣáànà ni mo ṣe program nípa àwọn mo ń sọ fún ìyàwó mi 34 billion pounds làwọn family tí wọ́n tó ń rape àwọn tí wọ́n bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ ní Switzerland tó ń sanwó fún wọn ní rupee wọ́n ti jẹ́lì gbogbo wọn nísìn just like Nigeria is raping us. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram Instagram eléyìí ti ń pẹ́ nísìnyí eléyìí nìkan ló ti ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ méjì nísìn Koikimedia Instagram ó máa kú bọ̀ àtúmọ̀ máa padà wá ní just few minutes so in case mo fẹ́ lọ mú picture lóye ìwà ni o kàtó kátìkù yẹn. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn elders wa pátápátá tí wọ́n dúró pẹ̀lú wa gbogbo àwọn bá wa pátápátá tó dúró pẹ̀lú wa tí wọ́n sọ pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ yìí ẹ má bínú pópẹ́ ká tó fi tẹ̀lé yín àmọ́ a wà lẹ́yìn yín bíi ké. Àwọn kan ní ẹ jẹ́ ọ́n tì wọ́n ẹ̀ ń tì gbowó ẹ̀ ń tira yín. A ní láti bá yín argue. When the appropriate time comes, ojú ló ń kán ìbòjì ọ̀run máa dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ìwé alámágbá Yorùbá Nation subject to every single one of us. So let's read that article as I've shared the link of that article. So tẹ́ bá gbọ́wọ́ lé ẹ̀yin náà lè kà ẹ̀dẹ́ lè rí website wa koikimedia.com is still there dedicated for because I realized we needed to have this new one because the other one nígbà tó ní kí lọ mú £4,000 wá èmi ò dẹ̀ ní £4,000 tí mo fi gbé sílẹ̀ tó ní máa fi upgrade it. So we have to set up this one temporarily ká lè máa fi rí article kọ síta if otherwise we will not be able to write article that can be read through our channel. Gbogbo yín pátá kọ́mẹ́ǹtì yín ẹ má bínú pé pin àkà fọ́ọ̀n tí mò ń lò kò ṣe pin kò ṣe ṣe bọ̀ gbogbo ẹni mò ń kà ni mò ń rí gbogbo yín náà lẹ́wà valuable kò sẹ́nìkan tó jura wọn lọ gbogbo wa máa ń sọ fún yín abroad tower weather ló ń jẹ́ ká máa fresh àdẹ̀rún oúnjẹ jẹ lẹ́yìn yẹn kán náà alẹ́ wa la máa ń wò lẹ́yìn kó kọ́ lọ ṣe fàájì pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ kó padà wọlé kó lọ síbi iṣẹ́ you know. So some of us are tired. For me, I am tired already, you know. But kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí ní choice, you know, ní choice rárá. So ẹ jẹ́ ká article yẹn. Okay, ó dá kí n lo picture àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta. That would be also nice. So ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ibi báyìí. Later tí bá upload video yìí, tẹ́ bá lọ tún wò, ẹ rí àwọn pictures yẹn. Àwọn pictures àwọn ìyá dáadáa. Àwọn wọ́pọ̀ àwọn ìyá àgbòwò pọ̀ o so mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára Ọlọ́run láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà gbogbo ọ̀nà la máa láǹfààní àti rí olóyè Ìgbòho. So that is Igboho's there and that beautiful picture fáwọn tó ń wò mí lórí laptop that's it. So mọ̀mísí mi nìyẹn àti ọ̀rẹ́ wọn ní Benin Republic. So let's read through. Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo welcomes prominent Yoruba Nation supporters in Benin Republic. Ms. Oluremi Ogabi-Kilanko and Chief Fola Shofidia has long been influential figures within the Yoruba community in the UK, advocating for the cultural and political rights of the Yoruba people. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn CAF sisters, mo dẹ̀ kí àwọn Muslim Association of Nigeria in UK. Benin Republic lánàá ó gbàlejò ńlá rẹpẹtẹ. 22 of June 2024, a significant visit took place in Benin Republic as Miss Oluremi Ogabi-Kilanko and Chief Fola Shofidia hosted Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo. The two esteemed women, who are adamant supporters of the Yoruba Nation movement, traveled from the United Kingdom of Benin Republic for this momentous occasion. I think I can show you the pictures right here. Calling effect lórí Twitter space. I think I can just flash it. So that is the picture there as well, as you can see. These are our mothers that traveled to Benin Republic. Miss Oluremi Ogabi-Kilanko and Chief Fola Shofidia has long been influential figures within the Yoruba community in the UK, advocating for the cultural and political rights of the Yoruba people. Their visit to Benin Republic was not just a courtesy call, but a powerful nation cause. The two grandmothers are well-known fans of both Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo and Professor Adebanji Akintoye, a prominent leaders of the Yoruba movement. The gathering was marked by a warm and celebratory atmosphere, reflecting the deep bonds of the friendship and the shared purpose among the attendees. Ms. Oluremi Ogabi-Kilanko, in particular has a personal connection to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, as she is the mother of Olayomi Koiki, the CEO of Koikimedia and also the spokesperson for Chief Sunday Igboho. This familiar tie added an extra layer of significance to the reunion. Throughout, I'll be finishing in just less than 5 minutes. You can change it. I'll finish in 5 minutes. Less than that. As soon as I finish this right up.
And we have
This is what I'm reading. Throughout the visit, discussion center on love and the future of the Yoruba Nation movement strategies for advancing their cause and their vital role of diaspora in supporting this effort. The visit also served as an opportunity to reaffirm their shared vision and dedication to the cultural aspiration of the Yoruba people. The visit concluded with expression of mutual respect and a renewed commitment to the movement goals. Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, in his remarks, emphasized the importance of solidarity and contribution of the diaspora in the struggle for Yoruba Nation. The reunion of these prominent figures in Benin Republic highlight the enduring strength and unity of the Yoruba Nation movement. It serves as a reminder of the power of shared heritage and collective effort in the pursuit of cultural self-determination. So I need you, I have to push out now because the house is now needed. I have to come out of the broadcast. What God cannot do does not exist. Shout out to all the Hausas, all the other indigenous people that have joined us, the Biafra, and one day we will all be free. Moki Bishop Adeshina, Moki Olakunle, Moki Mr. Shamsuddin Oladipupo. If I didn't have the time to mention your name, just know that we're all family. Gaju Ikonlo, Bubuano, Ishekono, Bubuajonshi, Triple DRS, Samuel Ayomide, Paris TV, Olua Femi, Ola Sisola, Tokyo 778, Egbomi the real norm, from Canada to Australia to New Zealand, Godwin Ayola, Silver Badmos, Eitawa Lori Twitter Space, Triple DRS, Babami Sunodu, Adedoyin, Agbeloba. Please remember to continue to support us. We need that financial support. Is very, very important so that we can do as much. We have a lot of people that are also we can be using, but I can't be telling them when I cannot fund them. And they're ready. I've seen them. We've been together. They are very loyal and all over the place. Baba Kendi Adeyemi Mokinyi. And on that note, I will be saying Babami Akiyemi Akila. Because comments more, but there's no time to go through them. As I said, my son is just waiting for me to end so that he can release the audio as well. And on that note, Ishewa from Lewa, Forile Ibiwa, Kagbega, Faleri, Igbagbo wa ni pe, Batiberu la bomo, Kashishe, Kajola, Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira, Níkẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa, ìtẹ̀síwájú, fọ̀pọ̀ ire, àtòhun tó dára, ọmọ Oòduà dìde. Bọ́sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Yoruba Nation.
now.
Yoruba Nation. Now. Thank you so much, everyone. Àtúpàdé láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ with a new topic as we go back into goodwill to the prosperity by Professor Banji Akintoye. Keke Oko is free to think. If I didn't mention your name, gbogbo yín ni mo kí láì yọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀. Bye for now. Adios.